That is the Saddle Dome, just southeast of downtown Calgary. And the Peace Bridge over the Bow River heading into the downtown core. About 20 kilometers west of downtown is Canada Olympic Park. You see the top of the 90-meter ski jump there. It's built for the 1988 Olympic Games. At the base of the park is Winsport Arena, the site of this year's BKT Tires and OK Tire World Men's Curling Championship 2021. This is qualification game 3 versus 6. Switzerland taking on the United States. It's been an adventurous 36 hours here in Calgary. We'll get into that a little bit more in a moment. Before so, let's take a look at the standings as the round robin wrapped up. It was Sweden and RCF finishing the round robin at the top of the leaderboard. Both of those teams will have byes into the semifinals. And it was Scotland who defeated Canada in the quarterfinal matchup on Friday evening. Scotland will be moving through. And our featured matchup, United States versus Scotland, 3 seed versus number 6 seed. Important note, all 6 of those teams have qualified for not only the playoffs here, but also for the Beijing Olympics in about 10 months' time. This is the playoff bracket. So Sweden is seeded number 1, RCF number 2, with Scotland defeating Canada. They are the 5th seed in the other qualification event. And as I said, in our feature matchup, if the United States win as the 3 seed, they would take on RCF in the semifinals. If Switzerland was to win, they would take on Sweden, and Scotland would move into that match against the RCF. So lots to be decided yet here this morning. Mike Harris in the booth here with Kevin Martin. Just lots going on, obviously, Kevin, with the last 36 hours with a couple of positive results, COVID results. And all of us spent most of Saturday in limbo in our hotel rooms waiting on testing, and all of the players have been tested since. So there is some question as to what was going on in terms of who's available to play, who is not available to play.
Turkey's done.
And Team USA right now is was just taken into the to meet with the WCF delegates in the back, and we'll know more in a moment. Wish we could share more about the lineups. What we do know is Team Switzerland, their lineup is intact, and maybe talk about their team. Obviously, Kevin, one of the best teams in the world. Peter de Cruz, bronze medalist, coming into this game just squeaking into the playoffs at 8-5, and seemed to be playing better. We saw Benoit Schwartz and his team play very well in the last round robin game, but needed some help as we watch
Oh yeah, sounds perfect.
the Olympic champions. We'll be making a lineup change down there. Matt Hamilton, John Schuster, John Landsteiner, the remaining members of the Olympic championship team. And obviously the big surprise in this whole event was Team RCF. Sergei Glukov and his team. Kevin, how, let's talk a little bit about what, just fun team to watch, made a ton of shots.
Well, it's I guess it's just terrific when a sport like ours, where, you and I do a lot of games and we know a lot of athletes, and I did not know about this fantastic curler Glukov from RCF. I just didn't. And to watch all week, absolute brilliant play. Even beyond that, walked up to a 25-foot raised back pick against Scotland. Made it look easy. I mean, very talented young person. So that's somebody we're going to be able to enjoy watching curling for a very long time.
Well, they beat Scotland in 6 ends in a critical game for both teams. We thought, okay, well, this is it. We're going to see them finally meet an opponent that should handle them quite easily. But it was the opposite, in fact. And maybe Nick Edin, early in the week, looked very shaky, very indecisive, but no surprise to see him at the top of the standings here.
No, they've been, as a team, probably the most consistent in the last 6-7 games in this World Championship. They've, as to your point, I think they were maybe a little rusty. Not a lot of games under their belt early, but boy, oh boy, the last 6-7 games, they've been spot on in the low to mid 90s team average.
I don't know.
All of us?
There is a little delay in play this morning. Without getting into too much detail, there's word that one of the athletes may have tested positive, may have been one of the ones tested positive. So there's going to be a change in certainly in the timing of what's going on down here. You will see all the players masked for the remainder of the day, and I don't think that's a surprise after what's gone on in the last 36 hours. As we look at Valentin Tanner heading down to his home end, and I think that's an appropriate precaution for what's gone on.
Yeah, I think everything. They're just taking extra time, making sure that all precautions are being looked after, making sure everything goes smoothly. It's a long day today. We've got a lot of curling to be done. So to take a few extra minutes and just make sure everything is being handled in an appropriate manner.
We were matching that.
I can't imagine there's any problem with that from any of the governing bodies involved. Let's do it right.
No.
So our game, as I said, the first qualification game was played on Friday evening. This one, it's 11 a.m. here local in Calgary. The semifinals will take place at the same time at 4 p.m. local, so about 5 hours from now. So, but games typically about 3 hours in length. That will give them about a 2-hour break. The winner of this game will have about a 2-hour break before they play their semifinal matchup. And obviously, Sweden, RCF, and Scotland will be well rested as they come into their match this afternoon. And the gold medal and bronze medal games will also be played at the same time at 9 p.m. local. Valentin Tanner, Sven Mikkel, and Team de Cruz will actually be staying here for another couple of weeks as we look at Havard Pedersen on the left, former Norwegian lead, and waiting on Peter and Benoit to come out from the depths, and we can get this match underway.
You were mentioning, Mike, that some of the teams will be staying on. They will not be heading home because they've got 2 Grand Slam events in the building here starting late this week. So there'll be another transformation of the ice surface from World Championship look to a Grand Slam look. So the ice makers will be all teed up later tonight for about 60 hours of work to get everything transformed from one event to the other.
This is last minute. They're doing a rapid test right now, actually in the back locker room. So that is the delay we're facing this morning. So there was obviously a false positive. Can we say that safely, and a negative, and we'll see what's happening. So there, out comes Peter. So everyone went in for another test.
About to sneeze, I'm like, don't sneeze, don't sneeze, don't sneeze.
The players seem quite relaxed, actually. I'm sure they're all happy to be out here and ready to get on the ice. You've been in touch with your son, Kark, played with Team Canada, obviously, and what have you been hearing from them?
Well, it's the same thing. It's just for everybody involved. Not every athlete is just worried about being able to playing this World Championship and make sure everybody's safe. And it's always the best thoughts from everybody. It's just a matter of how do we get this game underway, and looks like we're getting close.
Broom taps. You won't see any fist bumps in this one, folks, as players starting to take practice slides now, so that's a good sign. It appears we're ready to go. I know the players have been anxiously awaiting getting this one underway. I'm sure teams will be relying on a lot of that training they do over the last number of years with sports psychologists, kind of being prepared for the unexpected is certainly, you use it more in a minute-to-minute sense. In this case, it was a 36-hour wait.
Yeah, how to stay positive, focused for that long is difficult. But you're right, it's something that athletes at this level have to be able to accomplish.
That's a relatively new thing, and I would say in the last 7 or 8 years. I know that
shirt on the floor, and I like ran around my bed, and I like slipped on my
as we listen in on Team USA.
side of my head into the door jam, like hard.
But teams have to be ready for anything, especially in these times.
Oh yeah, this is
Directement droite aussi ou tu...
that's true.
2,5.
Looks like we're ready to go. Switzerland lead.
Okay.
Valentin Tanner will get things underway in this long-awaited, it seems long-awaited, quarterfinal matchup here between Olympic champions in 2018, Team USA against the Olympic bronze medalists. Should be a good one.
2,5. Ligne absolument parfaite, les gars.
And going aggressive at the start.
Yeah.
After waiting all the time to get started. Nice center guard. We're underway. Glad to be underway.
We could add.
Line's okay.
That's probably heavy then.
Got like 5-6 right now. 5's great.
Easy.
Clean. Line's really good. Still 5. Got a little curling to do. Matt, I think you're. I'll keep cleaning. Line's great. 4-5. Just 5's perfect.
I know that Team Schuster works with Dr. Carly Anderson in
Attaboy, Steiner. Nice start, buddy.
who's the
Steiner.
head sports psychologist for the USA curling program, and they really enjoy working with her. I'm sure they were in touch over the last last couple of days.
On speed dial.
On speed dial is right.
Easy, place.
Très bien vitesse. Non, c'est parfait. 4-5.
Considering the weight, a couple of good start, a couple of good rocks here from the leads.
Ligne, c'est parfait.
John Landsteiner coming around perfectly to the top, 8 foot.
Bien joué, Val.
It actually shows a lot about the teams to be able to make shots after so much kind of disarray amongst the teams.
Ouais, pas extrême.
That's there.
4-4.
I think it's heavy.
Close to the line. Bigger head. That line's good. Where are we at? It's close. 4. Close. 4. Yep.
Line's a little tight.
Hard. Hard. You got to lean, Annie. Come on, Annie. Okay, we're by.
Another
Chris,
perfect
honestly.
shot.
Go ahead, Chris. Go.
Well, I hope this.
Yep. All the way. You can bump it even.
Hope this whole game goes like
Steiner.
this, Mike.
The level of play is very high to start. You're right. As we
Non, je suis pas trop fan de
see
ça, mais
second rock thrower and
Rock out.
skip Peter de Cruz
4 en plein.
ready to throw. They're going to play a freeze. Peter's always been at the helm for this team. Played a few different positions over the years. Started out as a true skip through fourth rock, then moved down to third at one point, and now is for the last number of years has been throwing second stones.
Ouais, on y va, les gars.
When you got a guy like Benoit Schwartz throwing last stones, no need to get in his way.
No, play whatever position you can do the most good at.
Bounce si tu peux.
And
Ouais, go, go, go. Oh, non, ça bounce pas. Ok, ça marche. C'est bien.
Ça lui prend un autre track.
Ouais, un petit peu, je pense.
After
Guys like
5
this
rocks
at all,
have
or you
now
wanna
come
do
to
something up
rest,
here?
they can
That said, hit it and roll to the corner.
We can just do this, huh?
Yeah.
clear things up.
Sounds
Exactly.
I think that's a really good call.
wait.
Don't take too
I
many
think you can still
chances.
throw-
Yes, everybody's
still
making
go
all their
field if you
shots,
want.
but
Yeah, I think so. Okay.
you still have
Sounds
to
good.
be, somewhat protective. It's only the first end.
Little soft feel.
Yep. Whoa, whoa. Whoa.
Matt Hamilton looking for the
Steiner. Hard.
double and stay for corner.
Matt.
Going to roll a little too far.
Good shot.
That'll simplify matters for Team USA here in end number 1.
Exactement plein.
Hein? Ouais.
Even without the mask, you recognize Matt by his hair.
Ouais, là, ça cale un tout petit peu.
Yes.
Je fais l'entraînement.
Tu veux plus?
Non, c'est bien, c'est bien.
Well, what looked like a promising end of mixing it up, Kevin, is going to turn into a few hits, I think.
Yeah, one of those situations when everybody made everything too good to start, and
Go, 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 go.
that doesn't quite go Benoit thought that the middle rock would drag a little more than it did.
You don't want to go
Rules of
one.
play for
I think we just split house, guys.
the playoffs, a little different. Teams are required to play 8 ends minimum. It was only 6 in the round robin. But still 38 minutes of thinking time for each team and 1 60-second timeout per team. Both of these teams really haven't had any
I got 6 right now.
issues
Okay,
with the
put
clock
Nancy, take a peek,
this
Bill,
week.
Take a peek.
That would be a
All you guys,
surprise.
right here, to my
These
room.
skips both play quickly.
So just now going to be a battle of
Timed out close, but it's Chris. I
for
think you
Team
gotta go a little
Switzerland
maybe.
to make a double takeout here at some point. They'll try to,
Attaboy,
and USA
Matty.
will try to keep their
Great job,
rocks as
guys.
far apart as possible.
Neuf.
As we meet Sven Mikkel, Swiss third.
Neuf, nothing me.
Excellent skip in his own right for many years in Switzerland.
Allez, vas-y.
European champion himself at skip.
That's going to roll too far. The last couple of games that Team Switzerland has
I had
played,
90, so I don't know.
Sven has been sort of
Same.
sliding a little bit crooked on his intern side and has been turning them a little bit. And that's exactly the same thing here. So as this game goes on, we need to pay attention to that. His outturn's been pretty good, but his intern has been having some technical issues, and it did again there.
Curling more than usual. Chris Plies, newcomer to Team Schuster, relative newcomer. He's been with the team now since
You guys want
the
some
Olympics
milk?
2018.
Yep.
Tyler George, who was the third for this team in the Olympics, stepped away
Come on, man. You got
on
it.
top.
Trying to get this to the top ring.
Great scrub, boys.
Chatting with Tyler this morning. He's definitely tuning in.
What'd you
So
have?
good
Moitié,
morning
je
to you,
pense.
sir.
C'est un poil plus fatigué de moitié, je pense.
Tiens,
Tout
ouais.
petit peu.
Cheering on your former teammates.
Moitié, moitié c'est très proche, mais il faut un peu plus fin.
So with that coming up in the top 12 foot, that draw, this is
Un gros tiers.
a double possibility to get out of the trouble.
Non. Ouais.
Whoa!
This looks pretty good. This looks good. Very good. Great shot.
Yes, man.
Very difficult against these world-class teams to maintain 2 rocks in the rings for an entire end. And it's that intern, Kevin.
He made sure, still drifting a little, so something to watch, but he made this shot perfect. Difficult shot across the whole house.
Yeah, a little sweet wobble for fun, and
Still something I'm going to watch, though. That wasn't spot on, so let's we'll pay attention to that as the game goes on.
this is where Chris Plies needed to throw his first one, get it behind the tee line, would have been no double. But
Ça te va?
Neuf.
blank in the mix now for Team USA.
Okay.
As we see Benoit Schwartz throwing the 4 stones for
Easy.
Team Switzerland. He's been a highlight reel all week. Just made a ton of shots. Loves to throw the quiet weight, but he's been throwing maybe some of the hardest hits we've seen. We timed one a couple of games ago with less than 6 seconds. Not hog to hog. That's release to
Combien ça?
contact.
8, 7.
So just absolutely firing it down the ice under 5 seconds from hog to hog.
With full control.
Full control and made it perfect. Rolled dead
right.
buried.
Right.
There's our. If you're a Team USA fan, your skip, John Schuster, 4-time Olympian,
Good, maybe a hair up.
obviously defending gold medalist from Pyeongchang.
Whoa,
They've
whoa,
had a
whoa.
great week, Kevin.
go ahead.
I thought the whole team's played well, but John's been the best player on
Right
the
to it.
team,
Right
most
to it.
consistent throughout the week.
Just fine. Roll it out. Okay, it's gone.
When John gets focused on a task, he gets really good, like really tough to beat.
Obviously, first goal for both of these teams was to qualify for the playoffs and for Beijing. But I know you interviewed John earlier in the week, and you mentioned that to him. And he goes, "We're here to win a world championship." That was his focus, which just kind of
OK, c'est encore un peu droit.
the level of belief that these guys have in themselves is certainly gone through the roof, and rightfully so, since their gold medal win in 2018.
Super.
Just trying to put the rock in a different spot here for Benoit Schwartz.
Ouais, là, c'était un spot rapide, je pense.
Blank attempt now for John Schuster, trying to retain last rock in number 2.
Yep.
Easy.
Hard. Hard.
Easy, easy, easy.
Clean.
Good shot. Great first end. High precision.
A lot of good shots made. And a successful end for Team USA as they will take the blank and they'll move on to end number 2 with last rock.
Vraiment pour le tiers.
Nice end there, Steiner. Great end, Steiner.
Yeah, good end.
Sorry about my first one. I just had to give you a little bit.
Yeah.
Good save, though. Made a nice double. Good end, guys.
What do you think? Center? Are we going under again or are we going corner?
I'm with the majority. What do you guys like?
Valentin Tanner, first rock here, event number 2.
Ça curl vraiment beaucoup.
Watching the BKT Tires and OK Tire World Men's Curling Championship 2021. This
OK, on traverse la septième.
delayed qualification game for the
OK.
semifinals.
Okay,
Team USA taking on Team Switzerland. People have been watching all week obviously will notice the masks. With the COVID scare we had in the bubble here, Kevin, for a couple of days, it's
Line's good. Four.
reasonable
Roof.
You 5,
Good,
boys.
though.
to see.
We got some room,
I
but
don't
it's
think
good.
any of the players are going to mind at all wearing
Chris, I think you're
a
right.
mask. They're out there playing, they're competing.
You're definitely Chris.
4-5.
You know,
Easy.
for the last, as you say, 24, 36 hours, there's some question. And now, so no problem with the players there. they're happy to be out there,
Nice start,
battling.
boy.
mask or not.
Another good start.
Quatre.
Center guard, come
je
around.
pense.
Here comes a
Bien.
freeze.
C'est bien vitesse. 4.
Vitesse, super.
4, 5.
5,
Easy,
5,
easy.
5. 5, 5.
Encore un.
Je pense que ça bounce un peu.
Ligne, c'est parfait. hein.
C'est assez proche. Hein. C'est assez bien.
Ça touche, ça touche.
Ça touche, sûr. 6.
6.
Has a little extra on it, I think. Does not want to bounce off.
Comme 6.
On laisse le plus haut possible.
Non, ça
Comme
touche.
six.
Non, ça va curler. OK, Val.
Does a little bit. So that's the first. And you heard the
Guys like the roll or the
response.
freeze?
The first
think
bit
I
of a
like the roll.
miss of the day. It's an opportunity now to get the little roll underneath.
This is fine too, Steiner. C'est mieux. Comme 6.
On laisse le plus haut possible.
Just wind this frozen on the face of the rock and just heavy. Wouldn't curl enough. And now.
Guys like the roll or the freeze? Yep. Weight's good.
Hard.
And obviously, in a high-pressure game like this, a small mistake like that really just puts your team into chase mode early, and you hate that.
This is tight
Hard to
though,
keep the
Mike.
red.
This
Hard
is
to keep the red in
tight.
the corner. That's fine. That's
Alright.
actually just fine.
Friendly game so far. One miss, and John says, it's okay. I'll take the guard. So 2 misses in a row after a perfect first end by everyone.
Hard, Matty. Hard to keep the red. Hard to keep the red in the corner. That's fine. That's
Alright.
actually just fine. Just fine, Steiner.
And the reason John's okay with it is because it did move that rock over to a corner guard, which could be used later. Still not what you wanted, though. It was a great opportunity to roll 2 buried.
Oui, me.
Ouais.
9. Oui.
9.
This one's curling early too.
Vraiment pas.
Très fort, très fort. Continue.
Very close to their own red here coming up.
Oh.
Very well swept by Tanner. That's a very, a lot of club curlers see two rocks right beside each other. I think it's an easy double. It's actually very difficult to get those both out of play and save your shooter.
Almost impossible to save your shooter. You can make the double, but your shooter would be spinning at incredible rate of spin, and just spins right out of the off the sheet easily.
Feel.
Happy to spin it all out here. You heard John Schuster's conversation with second Matt Hamilton.
Yep. Hard. Hard.
Needs to hit these almost right in the middle. This looks to be over curling a little bit. Even had Matt hit him at the exact same time, the shooter would still have left town, but you would have got rid of both redstones, but made far too big of contact with the middle one to get the double.
So first opportunity for Switzerland to put some pressure on Team USA here in end number 2. Peter Cruz will looking for a guard.
Ligne bien.
Couple of feet from the rings.
Ça curle trop.
2,5.
Val, oui, maintenant.
Je pense que c'est proche. Non, ligne bien.
Juste 2. Point de cours, hein.
Juste
Vraiment trop, les gars.
Talking that it's going to be over curling a little bit, and that definitely has been the recurring theme since about Wednesday night.
Bien.
That maybe half open now.
Can you throw board?
So we meet Havard Vad Pedersen.
You like it like there, man?
Coach has been with this team for about a year.
Du coup, ça prend un peu de force, c'est ça.
Former lead for Thomas Ulsrud, Olympic silver medalist himself.
Certainly a good person to have as a coach position. Has won almost everything.
World champion.
Yes.
Yeah.
And has been top of the game for a long time. So terrific person to have on the bench.
Hard, Chris.
And a very
Gotta
nice
walk it
person.
hard, Chris.
Go, Chris, go.
Keep walking it.
Go,
Keep
Chris.
walking it. I got it, Lance. I got it.
Okay.
All right. Good enough, Matt.
A couple of half shots there from Matt Hamilton
Non, j'ai pas pris la garde.
14,5.
as we meet Sean Baton, Team USA coach. He's been working with Team Schuster for the past year or so. Chatting with head coach,
Vitesse bien.
head men's coach Phil Drobnik.
place.
He was telling me John Schuster just really enjoyed his time with Sean.
Beaucoup de place.
C'est à 5, on
Former-
attend. Ligne bien.
Ligne OK.
5.
Elite level player himself.
Ligne OK.
Ben devant, je t'ai dit. Ben devant.
Ligne OK. Ligne si tu peux. Non, ligne bien.
This finishes strong in this area. That should be completely lost under the guard. Excellent. Perfect. Maybe just a smidgen deep could open up a freeze bump attempt, but tough.
Well by the guard, about a foot by. The trick with these come arounds, Kevin, you can talk a little bit about this, but you know, with the ice moving so much, you really have to match up the line and the weight.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, the communication from thrower initially to the sweepers, to the skip, back to the sweepers is crucial, because you only got a few seconds early to decide on all of that information. And obviously that was well done.
Okay, easy. Line's good.
70.
Yep. Whoa, room's good. Room.
I'd like to go a touch.
Go
70.
ahead. Go ahead. You can go. Matt, go. Matt, go. Matt, go. Looks like it's plenty of weight, though. Keep going, Matt. Yep, keep grinding it.
Trying to bump this at a bit of an angle.
Nothing on the shooter.
This looks really good.
Okay, Chris.
Good throw, Chris.
Sprung off it maybe a hair too
was
far, but good effort.
Juste pas tout, ouais.
Exact.
Ouais, c'est bien sûr.
Faut aller sur la center line, c'est très bien.
Go a touch.
Go
70.
ahead. Go ahead. You can go. Matt, go. Matt, go. Matt, go.
Oh, weight was perfect on this. Wanted to hit
Keep going, Matt. Yep, keep
a little bit
grinding
more than half, but watch the impact. It's a little bit less.
it. Nothing on the shooter. Nothing on the shooter.
Just a little less than half, and that's why it rolled just a touch too far.
Après, là,
So
ici au
opens
milieu,
up
ça
a-
garde un poil moins. Exact.
Maybe a tap and roll a little bit. A nose hit wouldn't be great for Switzerland. It would set up a double and roll behind the corner,
Ouais, bien sûr.
potentially. So trying to hit and roll center line.
This is this intern your Speaking about Kevin,
Okay, 12.
looked like he threw that one pretty straight.
C'est juste 12.
Yeah, that was a really good throw.
All right, 12.
This shouldn't take off too bad.
12.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
C'est largement correct.
Trying to roll to center line.
Wow. Ben, voilà. Oui. Fort, fort, fort.
Well, there is a chance of a double and roll now. If John wants to take it on.
Solid control.
Like that.
Yeah, I think we can make
I think you can probably make the double and roll with control.
control.
Yeah.
That's the right call. It's just difficult. You know, that's the only thing.
Make the double first as be plan A.
Good
Whoa,
control.
whoa, whoa. Close.
Oh,
Close. Matt.
hard, Matty.
Hard.
Matt Hamilton trying to make this curl.
Little more. Oops, sorry, Matt. Sorry, buddy. It's above the T line still, anyways.
Springs it open. Will the shooter stay? That will change Team Switzerland's life a little bit. I think they'll be forced to hit, as I see he calls the draw.
Such an aggressive player.
Hard, Matty.
Trying to get this rock over to,
Hard.
2/3, and
Little more.
you can see it hits thick half. So just rolls past the corner guard and then doesn't get the double. So just needed to curl up just a little bit more. And you're right, Mike. Almost every team in the competition would nose hit the wide one for the force. But Team Switzerland, they're very aggressive.
Je pense, Ben, même si tu ressors d'un quart à l'extérieur, c'est pas trop mal.
Ouais, exact.
The worry here for Switzerland is this doesn't get totally buried. John comes down and hits and rolls
Je te mets un tout petit peu moins.
in front of the Redstone back four. And now what? Now what do you do? Because then
Two's in the mix.
Well, yeah, 2 or 3 is in the mix at that point.
Devant T, hein.
So it's a good aggressive call. Needs to be made perfectly to be effective.
Ligne très bien.
Juste 5. OK.
Full 8.
Juste 5.
Curle bien assez.
Ligne parfaite.
C'est un curl énorme, hein.
Ça curle trop, ouais.
Just full 8.
Full 8, c'est bien.
Well, this is certainly going to be buried if it gets by the guard. It's going sideways right now. Wow, you heard yes. That's it.
OK, c'est bien. C'est correct.
Almost played a Hackway double on the outturn now.
Fallait pas manquer.
3/4.
What?
3/4. Almost.
Could make it.
Say 3/4.
There's not a ton of
2/3.
risk in it. No. I mean, he's just going to throw this under here again because the only other thing we can do is go here and then he gets to cap it off throwing the
You
same
got
draw again. But
2/3,
then maybe
John.
I get to make that double with my last one. Yeah. You guys like the double or you like this?
I mean, I think the double's there. It's tight.
I mean, I think I can probably, I'm not sure I can stay though, right? So like,
Well, it depends what kind of weight you throw.
you guys like this?
I mean, that's a great shot too.
I just don't know if we can get them both out and stay.
Right. My gut was telling me the hit and roll.
Yeah, mine was too. Control. Control.
Well thought out.
Might change my mind when I get to the hack though, because I can see that whole rock.
Okay.
Yeah, it's fair. I don't think you can see the whole rock though, John. You see 3/4 of it.
It'll be close.
What's that?
I said
Well,
it
that's,
stays. You can probably make it with control if you
yeah,
hit it
no, this is
perfect.
good. This is good. We roll all the way under here. He's got
We could
good
just
draw.
make the double, period, roll out, and then Team Switzerland would likely hit the open one, and the blank is in play.
Nice
Because
control.
right now the odds of 2 points isn't great.
Right. Very difficult to score 2.
Control.
Oh, stay close. Close.
Yep. Close.
This is really close. Needs to curl just a touch more.
Go, go, go,
Hard,
go,
Chris,
go.
hard.
Go, go, go,
Go,
go.
go, go, go.
Okay, good throw.
Good throw, John.
Pretty good. It's. I mean, it'll be buried, but it's
Good call,
there's
Chris.
lots of
Attaboy.
room by the guard.
Like 9/10 probably.
Il faudrait toujours l'enlever alors, sinon il a le double.
That's completely buried under the guard, but the ice curls so much in this spot.
Si on
On
roule
la
là,
garde, on se rentre.
on peut faire les deux.
Vous aimez quoi, vous?
Ah, rien. Comme Sven, là. On voit rien.
C'est pas facile, hein.
Fais freeze.
Non, mais juste traverser avec 13, genre.
Il faut être absolument parfait dessus. Hein.
Ouais, ça marche.
Ouais, très bien.
Il faut une ligne plus large, ça c'est sûr.
Ouais, un petit peu.
Ouais.
Faut mettre le bord. On fera
Je
dessus.
pense une ligne plus
veux faire
large,
quoi
ça va aller plus vite que ça.
Tu veux faire quoi?
Hein? Prise là.
Ah, dessus.
Une ligne plus large, ça va peut-être aller un poil plus vite que ça, je pense.
So playing the freeze,
Semaine
which
bord,
is
Ouais.
a little bit risky. If you manage to come up just a little bit
Vous
light,
voulez pas beaucoup balayer
there
avant.
could be a double for 3 with lightweight takeout.
Faut quand même 14 000.
hitting the one on the right-hand side into the one they're throwing now.
Right, if it ends up kind of in front of the yellow but not frozen. So another important shot.
And that all goes back to the fact they did not hit that wide yellow early in the end. So that was the risk they were taking on by not playing the hit to lie two.
To make this freeze perfect? Perfect call.
That's right.
Looks good.
No wrong calls if you make all your shots, I've heard.
Yeah, this looks terrific. Yeah, right on the face. No worries. But that's what aggressive play does. Like, by being aggressive, you better make your shots. Benoit did.
14-1 on that.
All is good.
Yeah,
All is forgiven.
That's right. The force is on.
See like a 10?
So that's Team Switzerland will be happy with this risk that they took.
5-10 even. But I think 10. Should be the same as practice, I think.
Getting the force here from Team USA. John Schuster still needs a good chunk of the forefooot here on his last in end number 2.
Oh, wait. Make it.
Line's good.
It's good.
Okay, we got no bumping on this line. We got no backing on this line, guys.
Six,
You guys judge it right to the
Six,
tee.
seven.
It's revving out really close.
Oh, Matt's still cleaning it. Hog line in. It's got to be close.
Shot, John.
Yeah, great shot. Right on the button.
Right on the OK Tire logo. And
Just
Team
as I was
USA
kicking out of the hack,
will
I
lead
heard a
1-0
plate clanking up
here
my
after
watch.
2 ends.
Pancakes and bacon.
Switzerland will be happy with the force as we head to end number 3.
I don't know. What'd you get hot dog there, Chris? At 14-7. 7? You want to write 10 hole, huh?
Give me world on a string.
2 feet out. Line's good.
USA throwing first rock here in end number 3 after being forced
Perfect. Make sure it's 2
in
feet
the
out.
second end.
Yes.
Line's great too, so
When he said 3-2, he meant 3, 2 feet out.
sounds good. 15-5 I got, guys. Nice start, Lancer, that boy. Good job, center.
Bless the no sweep.
Yeah. Combien vitesse? No.
6-4.
Valentin Tanner's turn now to see if he can get around to the top 8 foot. This is repeating the theme we've seen the first couple of ends.
And this makes sense in the third end. I think if you see this scenario, 1 down with hammer for Team Switzerland going into 4, that exact same yellow guard, you would see a corner guard thrown in the even end. So this is because it's an odd end. Switzerland's okay with a blank, no problem. So they play the passive play, which is the come around. You'll see in an even end, if this ends up being a blank, a corner guard being thrown.
Got there right now. Should have room too. So Chris,
Zero
it's never
out.
you. You're out.
Well, might have to go
7.
around.
We're bumping it.
Yeah.
Yes. Looks like it's trying to grind. Yep, Chris.
Definitely trying.
Chris, unless we're not by it.
It's
14-8,
by.
it's close. But yep.
Sort of stuck between.
Not a lot of communication from the sweepers there. Either had to go the whole way or just watch it the whole
Sorry,
way, one of
Lancer.
the two.
I keep my mouth shut. It's made, buddy.
John wasn't getting much help from the sweepers on that one, I have to say.
Pas plus vite, je pense, c'est juste ça. Ok, parfait. Ouais.
This is almost exactly what happened in the last end, where we saw Tanner kind of smack his broom when his freeze rolled off. So
Juste 11. 11 et demi. Ouais. 11, 11 et demi. Ouais.
And then John Landsteiner ticked the guard. So
Ouais.
let's see.
Bien vitesse.
Ouais, ouais.
C'est assez bien. Allez, jeune.
I don't think Valentin's going to
Oh,
return the favor here.
no, this looks like it made the roll.
Bien, Val.
A1. Well, the good news for Team USA in the 5-rock rule, you can hit your own rocks back. So you'll see run back attempt here from USA as we watch this roll.
Parfait. Super, Val.
Perfect. Really well done.
Well, so perfect that you can't play the run double. It's not possible to make the double. So trying to hit this near the nose, keep the Yellowstone in the rings.
Yep, go, let's go.
Looks pretty good. Looks pretty good.
Beauty,
Oh,
Matt.
well, better than that.
That's very good.
Yeah, still frozen on the face.
Very good.
Oh, there we go.
Great weight. Tu n'as même pas besoin d'être dans le 8 pieds. Hein.
Exact, ouais.
Comme ça?
Tu veux quoi, 8 pieds?
Ouais, ce serait bien d'être dans le pied.
Ok. Benoît, il a joué le premier homme là.
Now going to the open side. Try to sit
Non,
two
c'est en
and
tout cas pas moi.
Alors, c'est bien. Hein.
Ça va être le handicap. Hein.
Même un poil plus, je pense, pour
Très
rester
bien.
dans le 8 pieds.
Je pense à la même vitesse que les...
then Matt will likely try that straight back again, and then the game's on.
So important maybe to stay in the 8-foot here with this draw. Or is that important?
Ok, juste à vos
Yeah,
vitesses.
when the
Ligne
next
très
raise is made, yellow won't be quite in the 8-foot circle.
Ligne, c'est bien.
So this has to be touching the white to be perfect. Line looks really good though. It's all still on the other side of the center line.
Un petit peu large.
Toujours Val devant.
Je pense que ça a l'air bien. Hein. 14. Ça ne devrait pas traverser. Hein.
Toujours Val devant.
C'est ok, je pense.
Reste dessus.
Liten.
Oh, oh, oh.
Open.
Très bien. Super.
Bien, Pete.
So same thing, Matt. Stuff it. You heard? So wanting the exact same result. Not easy to do that twice. That perfect.
About the same.
Closer. Yeah. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Closer, Chris. Closer, Chris.
Lance, Lance, Lance.
Trying to get this to move just a little more.
All the way.
Want to get that out of the rings
way,
though.
John.
I just want to keep the double. That bounce. Yeah. That's fine, man.
Want to keep the double. That's the red at the back. The two reds at the back of the house. Get rid of those on the next throw.
Yeah, so to your point, Kevin, that you know, shows you how good the first one was. Just really difficult to make the same shot twice.
Hard.
Doesn't quite kill that back red.
All the way, John.
I just want to keep the double. 14-5, c'est sûr que ça vient parfait. Hein.
Moi, je pense que si je joue la même, on est
So chance now for Peter de Cruz to get another one around the middle. Has to be in front of the tee line to be
Un
good.
plus.
Très bien. Il y a un tout petit peu de place.
7 seul.
Ligne proche.
vraiment nature.
Ligne assez bien. Attention, 7.
6,
Attention.
7.
6 seul.
Ligne très bien.
Ligne
Attention, Sven, toujours devant.
6.
Oh, oh, oh.
Attention.
Line looks good.
4.
Ligne bien.
Does not want to be heavy here.
Ça va vraiment
Nature,
être
nature, nature.
Non, non,
Devant
pas trop,
tir, hein.
pas trop.
That's perfect.
A1.
Right, check it out.
Well, Team USA forced to play the freeze here.
Parfait.
Did you guys get that split there?
14-4.
I had a 14-1.
What's that?
I had a 14-1. He had a 4.
I had a 4 as well.
That's a hog-to-hog time. Cannot afford to bounce off this time. Chris Plies with a big shot here as we put the clock on it.
6.
Line's good. Close to the line, though.
Shorter the
Line's really
time, the
close.
faster the rock is traveling.
Close for line.
So looking for 14.5 seconds.
Yep. Go ahead, then. Hard! Need full 8 foot at least, guys. Matt, you
Team
gotta
7,
go
they
for
can
line.
go on it.
Hard, Matty, go!
To get by the next
Go,
one
go.
though.
Keep grinding it. Keep grinding it. Keep grinding it. It's still under. Keep going. Okay.
Spun in for third
Bumper
shot.
rock, Chris.
And usable. Can bump that up onto shot stone quite easily. So this is just a little bit light. They were looking for 14-4, something like that. And that was 14-7
That would have traveled another couple of feet.
Bumper rock, Chris.
and got by.
Trop dur.
Si je touche la garde, on pire.
Moi,
Tu roules dedans.
j'aime pas ça.
On roule dedans.
On
C'est
peut
juste
pas faire
que-
ce double là?
À mon avis, prendre l'intérieur, c'est impossible, mais.
Ouais, je pense
Moi,
aussi.
je pense que c'est là.
Mais Sven,
Ok.
c'est tellement risqué.
They're talking about whether they can get to the inside of that yellow and move it by their own red.
10. T'aimes pas
I,
ça?
I suppose.
Sven
but
thinks it's there, and Peter's not convinced.
you'd hate to jam this on
Pas qu'à l'intérieur.
shot stone and roll it over and freeze to the one on the side.
Well, Sven did say, he goes, if we wreck on the guard, it wouldn't be the end of the world. And that would be the pro side to miss that stone on.
Double.
Could draw in a lie 3,
Ouais.
but you know John's going to tap that yellow.
Ça,
Très bien. Ouais, ça marche.
je balaye pour copier, on prend la garde. Hein.
Ouais. Il faut passer à 2 cm max, je pense.
Peter being very careful. Let's sweep it to make sure it's okay if we rub.
Je pense que ça va être un peu limite, mais.
You'd hate to have this thing hang,
OK.
end up hitting the shot stone, rolling over. US makes the double, rolls behind, and all of a sudden you're looking at 3 buried out of nowhere. So, yes, be careful.
Tough shot here for Sven Mikkel. It's
Vitesse.
on its way.
Très bien, vitesse. 12,5, 13.
Oh,
Attention.
attention.
12,5.
Ouais.
Sweepers like the speed.
Oui. 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 Allez.
This is moving. This is moving a lot, trying to get a bye.
Oh, venons, venons. Roule, sur l'autre là. Dans les pieds. Méga speed.
Another apple in the rings there, Kev. Another red one.
That's a lot.
Not sure.
Hey,
I mean, as it stands, I guess that one outcounts this one, right? Yeah. But is there a place that we... You could also do something in here, but we're taking away... Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm okay with this.
I think that's the call.
I mean,
Even if you make the
we
double.
might open up this for them to get rid of these both, though, whereas right now they can't.
Yeah.
But
You could hit kind of close to nose and then roll in front of these.
this one? Or which one?
No, like you hit the yellow with
Yeah, yeah.
on 3/4 or more, and then that one
Right,
you
it's
hit.
going to make a pair of pants double up here, though, is the issue, too.
Yeah, but you should be shot rock in front of these two, right?
Well, I understand, Matt, but it's just...
If it ever snuck through the
I
hole
don't
though
mind this
between the
double. If you
reds,
make
it'd be a
this double outright, it's
disaster.
fine.
There's
Which
enough
one, this
room
one?
to
Well, no,
squeeze
you
through
can throw
there.
this red one. The roll's great, but if you hit it thin, it's got a catcher.
USA's got to
You
try to
liking this
figure out a
one?
way to
Yeah.
not
Yeah,
give up
yeah,
more than
that's-
2
I like
here.
the roll.
I think that's my thought.
As you know, they are throwing, yes,
They can work for their
but
dudes.
there is a lot of reds hanging around here, and
Do you
we've
like normal,
seen the
Chris?
hitting
Yeah, I
power
do.
of
I mean, I guess
Benoit
normal, you
Schwartz
could
all
theoretically
week.
roll over
Not
the
a
top of
double
this
he
with
can't
control,
make.
You might not be able to.
Okay, control's fine then.
Okay. You can throw a 10, though, I think.
Okay.
This is a great point by John Schuster, the hit and roll with the right weight so that if you hit it fairly thick, it doesn't go across the top of the red. So we're playing a 10-second hit, kind of board weight hit. Try to roll freeze.
Clean. Yep.
Control.
Whoa, whoa.
Close. Well,
Yeah.
hair up.
Yeah. Hard. Hard back.
Starting to
Go,
move.
West, hard. Both of you go. Go, 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 go.
That is excellent shot from
Try,
Chris
Chris.
Plies.
I like that.
Good.
That's a great shot. Did leave the back biter though.
Yeah. Hard. Hard back. Go with them, West. Hard. Both of you go. Go, 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 go.
That would have been disastrous if it had rolled under, though. So decent result.
Chris.
So for Switzerland now, Kevin.
Comme ça, on a 4
You deal with those 2 yellows up
c'est
top.
très dur, mais
I
c'est
would
pas
think
très grave,
top
je pense.
Si on
double
prend l'autre d'abord, c'est OK.
right there. Yeah.
Hit the outside one first, the one on the right
Flash,
first
Sven,
with
hein.
some
Ouais.
weight.
Yeah, definitely have to throw some weight on this.
Ouais, deux.
On peut
Make
prendre
the-
3 quarts.
Ouais.
Double. It's difficult to move the yellow that's touching the center line all the way out of the house without hitting it first, and then you lose your shooter. So this is not easy.
Plenty of weight on this one.
Oui.
A little hog to hog. Should be in the 6-second range, I would think.
Does not want to hit the one on the center line first. That's exactly what happened. So it's okay, but that sets up a red triple. So that was a bit of a miss.
Do you play that triple, Kevin? Do you try to roll under? What your first instinct to try to make the wide double? Certainly,
yeah.
if you get the back one, great.
Great.
I hit
Yeah.
high side that makes this anyways, right?
I mean, even if we nutted onto there, though, we're still shot 1 and 2.
Right.
Right. That's yeah. This one you need to hit the other rock first. So that was actually missed by quite a big margin.
I kind of like peel.
That would have left the red protecting their stone in the forefoot.
It's pretty natural.
Wait. Continue.
This is not a crazy difficult shot here for John Schuster, but definitely can't afford to have this over curl.
Jam the
Don't
back
want
and
to
roll
get
out.
anywhere near your your yellow.
Half rock.
Oh!
Move that
Lancer.
back a bit.
This
Hard
is
Lance!
Way out there.
All the way out with this one, Chris. Jesus. Wow.
That is an unforced error. That was release there.
Qui viennent derrière.
Just so you let that one go, kind of moved it back.
It's okay.
My goodness.
Juste 12, hein.
Ouais.
32 tiers.
Now they're in it for 3.
Bien, je pense.
definitely.
Ouais.
Juste 12.
Little hit and roll to the wide open.
Watch his release. Just as he lets go. Rock's well on the center line. As soon as he lets it go, it moves off the center very quickly.
Lancer! Hard Lance! All the way out with this one, Chris.
We've seen that from not only ourselves, but our people throwing a rock at us, Kevin, and not much you can do with that one once it was on its way. Out-turn tap now for Benoit Schwartz to lie 3. Certainly be a double available for John Schuster, and he will need it.
Does not want to end up staying buried. This is trying to get by now, wanting to roll to the open a little.
That is some serious sweeping by Sven Mikkel. So, do you play that double off the winger?
Gotta make sure you make contact. Yep. Quarter's good. Triple is there.
Yeah, definitely.
Sven with the full body sweep here. Those shoulders and his core really doing the work.
And that rock is not moving much. It's amazing.
To roll after it hits, it could go under the... Cheers, Sven. Yeah, everybody.
Amazing job to hold it that well.
Big rock here. Final rock for Team USA, and number 3 needs the double.
Hard. Hard! Hard! Go, Saturn! Go!
This is moving. That over the top.
So all those rocks that were hanging around the wide side in this end have come back to count. A couple of unforced errors here late in the end by Team USA. He said even that double that Chris Ply's attempt, Kevin, didn't knock that stone out. Got a wee biter at the back. Draw for 3 now for Benoit Schwartz.
Parfait.
On a bien laissé.
9.
OK.
Ça curle beaucoup.
Oui,
Ouais,
9.
ouais, ouais.
Ça curle énorme.
Ouais.
Poil vite, hein.
Ouais.
Line's not an issue.
Oh. Ouais.
Out in the
Okay,
cane
allez,
stuff.
Oui.
13-8. That's you heard sweepers called
Ça line.
Précis.
T-line plus out of his hand, and a big 3 count for Team Switzerland here in end number 3.
Say no king.
Couple of unforced errors from
What's that?
Team USA.
On a planté tôt, Benoît.
Good news is Team Schuster will have the hammer in end number 4.
Mettons très vite.
Ouais, ouais.
Mettons.
Je trouvais la planté tôt, c'était plus vite que ça.
Could stay for. Stay with all the four
Je vais quand même.
left on his big. It's okay with the mask, but everything is dry.
Ouais, c'était. J'ai joué à la même vitesse là.
That's the first time this week on my first one I thought I threw a good out turn.
Je pense que c'est normal, c'est pas de
Way wrong. Il y a des très bonnes chances. I liked it when I let it go.
65.
Complete.
65, si tu joues ça, c'est
Tu mords le 4 pieds?
Absolutt. 14,5 alors.
Ja. C'est bien 14,80.
Quatre.
Toujours Benoît.
4, 5,
C'est full 8, c'est bien.
7, 15.
OK.
Fourth end of action here at the BKT Tires and OK Tire World Men's Curling Championship 2021. You see the line score there. Big 3 jumps out at you from Team Switzerland. Mike Harris along with Kevin Martin covering this quarterfinal matchup between Switzerland and Team USA. John Landsteiner, 87 for the week.
Got 3.
Okay.
Throw all those numbers for the week out the window now, Kevin. You just got to be at your best now that the playoffs have arrived.
Still like the weight.
Might be hammy a little bit, but
And that's kind of started the last end off with John Landsteiner bouncing off on his freeze. A perfect roll made, and that was cause of the start of the chaos.
Chaos for USA and opportunity for Team Switzerland. Valentin Tanner, 92 for the week. World-class players all out on the ice here
Oui, Benoît.
Demi.
in this feature matchup this morning.
Benoît devant. Benoît devant.
Demi.
1, parfait.
3, 3.
2,5. 1, absolument parfait.
Ah ouais. Très bien, Val.
Two very nice shots from Tanner. John Landsteiner going to try to use that corner guard here. Looking for the come around into the
easy then.
8 foot. Keep it short of the tee line,
Line's
ideally.
definitely got some curling to do, but if you're there, it should get there. So definitely Matt though. We can go deep with this. I just like it to be buried, but stay close, Matty. 14-5.
This should finish strong
Go
now,
ahead,
coming
Matt.
into the
Go,
top
yep.
house.
All the way back here. Hard, Maddie. Come on. Lean hard. Keep leaning. Keep going. Keep going. More.
Good,
That way, Steiner Beauty.
That looks to be behind, definitely overburied a little.
On voit 1 cm de l'extérieur.
Tu veux revenir là?
Moi, j'aime bien la freeze. Non?
Fais sur un autre, on a 2 shots.
Non, c'est vers la jaune.
Moi, ça, j'aime pas freeze. C'est loin derrière la tee.
OK.
Après, on
Je
a.
préfère essayer d'enlever, au pire, on prend la garde. Moi, je pense que l'option, c'est ça. Hein.
Tucking the freeze around the middle. They mentioned the one around the corner, and Benoit didn't like it because it's behind the tee line, knowing USA will go on there again.
Bien ça?
So
It wouldn't be wrong, though, to come around and freeze to the one around the corner. It would nullify it.
well, this Swiss team is one of the most aggressive. We've seen it already through 3 ends, ignoring rocks without the hammer. This is the second time they've done this already.
Ligne plutôt, oui. Ligne, oui.
4,
Ligne,
5,
oui.
4. Oui. 3,
Il y a
4.
une chance, ouais.
3, 4. Bien vitesse.
Vitesse.
3. Demi. Non,
This
3,
is light.
4. 6,
Non,
4.
non.
Attention.
Non. OK.
OK, Pete.
A small error there from De Cruz.
Mille vitesse aussi, mais c'est vite.
Chance for Matt Hamilton to play a run back.
You're rolling under ours no matter what you throw here, so. I mean, you could maybe catch the backside and kick it back a little bit. Which I'd be okay with.
Whatever you like, bud.
Yeah, I think so. Just firm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Looks like 2/3 from here.
Yeah, between 2/3. Close.
Just firm.
Close.
Whoa!
Close.
No!
Whoa.
No!
Watch the shooter, Steiner. All right, fine.
Let's try and hit that a little thicker. Would have caught the one in the rings and the corner guard.
Good try.
It's all good. Think how much?
On fait, ouais. Très bien.
Premier run.
Ouais. Si on roule.
Comme ça. Très bien.
Encore un poil moins.
Ouais.
Going to play one more guard here.
Exact. Ouais.
Presque mieux.
On le roll, devant. Ouais.
Attention. Oh, no.
And trying to get both here with this run back.
It's close.
Close to jamming it.
C'est mieux.
Does. Good throw. Just was sort of stuck all the way down the sheet. Threw it too perfect.
Okay, bien joué. We could also just try to get to nose here, I guess, but
Whatever you like.
then they make the double, I think, right? Yeah, make the roll. Make it good.
Make the roll.
Or-
Obviously, the run back double will be attempted. I like the roll.
Certainly, as long as either you try to make the corner or you can you throw it quite enough to get around the middle, perhaps.
Well, that's what they're talking about. But
A little riskier.
yeah, just probably just get to nose is all around the middle. So
Still solid.
Close. Close. Yeah.
looks like a good throw. I
Hard.
don't think
Hard. Whoa.
Everything in the roll.
Whoa.
Yep. Good.
Attaboy, Matt.
Lovely shot there from Matt Hamilton. Really well managed by the sweepers.
Ça pas curlé. Bravo.
The added pressure here now to
Hard.
Team Switzerland. Watch this roll.
Yep.
managed to perfection. That is 100% gone. Now the run back double attempted, which was the worry that John Schuster had.
No. Oh. Yeah.
So that's a really nice shot from Sven Mikkel, but really great opportunity now for Team USA.
No.
Just overswept it a hair.
Yeah, that yellow rock dug its toenails in, wouldn't go out. It's close.
Stay off the super wide stuff. That's fine.
And now a huge opportunity for at least 2 points, maybe 3
Fight
right
4
back.
foot guys would be a good height.
Okay.
Even half 4 foot's fine.
Overburied.
Yeah.
If this come around is made perfect by Chris Plies, wonder if they hit the open one. You play the freeze, because then you bring 4 into the mix.
Easy then.
They'll
Yep,
probably
line.
play the run back,
Line's
Kev.
good. Okay, line 5, line 5.
Because
We've not been getting these right very often this week, I have to say.
Go ahead then.
Particularly with Team Switzerland.
I'd like Steiner to go
Super
soon.
aggressive.
Steiner, go.
so aggressive,
You can go
but
with the
so
man
good.
If you need to.
It's great.
Okay, easy then.
You can get away with it
Yep,
when you make
got
so
it.
many
Even
shots.
across the line, plus
Wanting
2
this into
inches.
the
Go.
8 a little bit, into the 8
Go,
foot.
Steiner, a little more, every inch.
That is
That's
Attaboy,
lost.
Chris, beauty.
A1.
Shot, buddy.
Two wonderful shots from Chris Plies.
Now, is it the run back double played?
Je pense qu'on joue quand même pile.
Freeze?
Comme tu veux.
Haven't even looked at hitting the open one.
Je trouve que c'est plus
Got
facile à
it.
lire là.
Fully across the line, plus 2 inches. Go. Go, Steiner, a little more,
So that
every
was
inch.
Chris Plies' first. That was
Attaboy,
Matt
Chris,
Hamilton
beauty.
made the roll. So Sven Mikkel's got one more run back here. Modern game, Kev.
Make these
Wait.
on this intern early.
Wait.
Got this going a little bit. Got it going a little bit. Oh, got away with it. That intern is just it's one of those ones when as Sven is coming out, you can just see that it's going to be tight.
Well, it's funny. You know, we both played with teammates where you get your intern going. So the one time you do give a little more ice to make up for it, they throw right up the broom and they miss it wide. So
And then they look at you. What?
What?
Why
I
would
threw
you
that
give me the ice
perfect.
there? Yeah. I'm not saying that you were ever tight, John Morris. If you're listening to the broadcast on your intern side, that's not what I'm
Line 6.
saying.
Line's good.
Steiner, stay down.
Line only.
Okay, stay down,
line
Steiner.
looks good here.
Yep.
Trying to get this top 8 foot again,
Switch if you can.
which would be
Go ahead.
perfect. Into the white circle, not into the red. Don't want to be in the 4 foot.
That's good.
Yeah, that's couldn't walk it down better than that.
Well, a good way to bounce back from giving up 3 is to make your first 6 shots perfectly and end number. And then number, what are we in, 4th end here?
Yeah, it's been a terrific game so far, huh?
A
Yeah.
lot of good rocks in place.
Yeah, great game so far. Looking at the run back again, and of course everybody at home. If this isn't made, you split the house.
Milieu de la pierre.
It's
Pretty
just
easy
3. Yes, this is. But I guess everybody makes these runs so easy these days, but oh boy, they're not.
Ben was looking at the run double.
On vient vite.
Poil plus.
Well, if you're Team USA, you're doing all you can here in end number 4 to
Poil plus.
put the pressure on. And Benoit Schwartz with his first. 80 for the week, but it's been a good 80, spectacular 80. A lot of fantastic shots.
Close.
Allez.
Like that. Out of trouble.
Just like that.
Ça touché aussi.
Be knowing to play against him.
Yeah, you make a great come around, and
Allez.
yeah, the only part Benoit was disappointed about, he didn't stick it.
Yeah, he'll be. How'd we miss that sweeping call? Team USA, chance for one more come around here.
Chris, I want like 2 inches outside edge 8. Yeah.
Like that 10 minutes.
Yeah.
That you guys like for in there?
Still keep a
You can be
top
all the way
4.
full 4.
Don't want to give a freeze. John Schuster, 81 for the week.
6, 7.
Again, hasn't missed anything
like
he's
all
needed
7, 8.
this week. It's
6, 7.
the odd miss he has had hasn't been
Probably Steiner. Probably Steiner.
doing
Probably go.
Oh, line's good. Line's good. It's Matt still even.
too much damage.
Like
Still
that.
6.
Okay, try to bite the red now this time. Not just in the white, but try to get into the forefoot a little bit. Not more than a half
Oh,
rock, though.
Now, far's a good.
Ideal.
Great shot.
Great job, guys.
Half rock. Just exactly perfect.
Je pense que Ryan est beaucoup plus facile, je pense.
Je pense que c'est pas mal plus simple.
T'aimes bien le out?
Ah, moi j'aime tout.
Pourquoi pas, hein?
Run back number 4.
Nose, tu élastique, ouais.
Mais je crois que j'aime bien venir vite. Hein.
Ah ouais, viens une pêche. Hein.
Yeah, trying to stick this one.
Je dirais que ça va curer
You
les
can see if
nouveaux
this
un
is
quart de pierre.
exactly on the nose, goes back and exactly hits on the nose of the yellow. The force is
Ouais,
on.
avec le out, je crois.
Oh, I'm not going to bet against him.
Oh, no, no.
Exactement en plein.
Going with the out turn, I think. The reason being is if you hit exactly on the nose with the out turn spin, the yellow will go back slightly off nose and stay buried. That's the thought process behind it.
Almost missed it.
Yeah.
Clean, 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 clean.
Impressive.
Clean. Wow. Hard work for Team Switzerland to get out of trouble here, but they did what they had to do. 3 consecutive run backs under extreme pressure made, and they will get the blank in this one. Team USA throwing everything at them and no reward given. John Schuster and Team USA will take the hammer into end number 4.
Good end, boys. Keep making that little Swiss.
Ouais, sur ce côté kick-fer, il faut vraiment arriver à les
He loves it.
I think, I mean, we split and they go under, John. We're in trouble.
It's a force then potentially, right?
Yeah, I like the go under there.
That's fine.
I don't think splitting it was the right call.
Ou en tout cas. 5, ouais.
Hop, sur l'autre.
Quatre, 5.
Lumière.
Je pense que c'est une bombe.
C'est pas une bombe, ça. C'est très bien.
Ok.
Je crois que c'est un peu vite, Benoît.
4-5.
Je pense que c'est nature, non?
Une parfaite.
Full 8.
Full 8. Ouais. Ça cale assez fort maintenant. 14-9.
Good. Très bien, Val.
Très bien.
5th end underway. Team USA maybe a little shell-shocked, Kevin, after looking like potential 2 or 3 was on the board, and Team Switzerland had all the answers in end number 4.
Pretty good ad, easy.
Yeah, it was a terrific end played by Team USA, but the raise double by Benoit in his first was incredible. Yeah, you play a raise like that, and if you miss everything, it's 3. And but there's no thought of that. It's just not in there,
Yep, a little better.
in the mindset of this
Great. Good
Swiss
start, Danny.
team.
2,5.
Que quoi?
Devant 2,5.
So
Deux.
a little reverse pattern here now with a 2-point lead. Swiss go in to start.
Okay, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Corner gets thrown, and then they'll guard on their second one.
Une fois fait. Non, que là.
C'est quoi, Pete?
Juste.
This is not heavy.
Continue.
This may be a touch higher than the guards we've seen, but well swept.
Bien, Molly.
Ok, Val.
To back red will be a little bit open.
Ok, bien.
Yeah, that's not
Back line.
perfect. That's a little bit long.
Take the guard, that's just fine.
2 left-handed leads here. Only 5 lefties in the field.
Close. Gotta go. Come on, Matty. Dig.
This is a little bit tight early. Trying to hold it to get by.
Whoa, 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 we're wrecking, guys. Go ahead, Chris. Go. Go, 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 go. Good, that's okay. That's just fine.
But the
Good,
tick
that's fine,
shot
Steiner.
is okay. 4 guards in play. Excuse me, 3 guards in play, and
Une, c'est bien.
Team Switzerland cannot remove
Là.
any of the yellows at this time until the 5th rock has come to rest, which will be delivered here by Peter de Cruz. Called for a tight guard, I think, Kevin.
2,5.
Yeah, definitely wanting it closer than the last guard. It's just a little bit too long.
2,5.
Ligne bien.
So along this, maybe a broom's length, short.
Bien.
2,5.
Ligne très bien. Je pense pas qu'il faut la finir. 15, 6.
Vraiment rien, vraiment rien.
Mais non, laisse-la devant.
Juste 3.
Ouais, il faut.
Bien, Pete.
Very
C'est
nice.
bien.
Ouais, pas très-
Try to
Talked
roll
about this a
in,
lot
just
in
make
the
this double and roll this
5
way. I
rock
think
roll.
that's
When
the
you're
play here.
down,
You don't think making this double and rolling this way and tapping the yellow end's any good?
I don't think you're going to tap us in, Matt. You're going to tap it 2 here, but then you're grouping up our rocks.
Oh.
I mean, if you do this, I don't think so.
after last end, I don't think you want to be grouping up your
We're
rocks.
ready to go for the second half of
I was
this.
just going to say, the 5 rock roll, when you're down and you're playing up the
I mean, you
middle
will
and playing a
prob- you
hit,
could maybe- you
you
could
have to
maybe
save your
make that
shooter.
and do
This
this
is
and
the
stay
key
guarded
for
too,
Matt
I guess.
Hamilton.
That was kind of my thought, but
Okay,
whatever
I'm
you
in.
like, John.
My first
I don't
thought
care.
was playing the red and
Field.
then bump the yellow in behind the corner guard. It looked like the math worked for me, but you've got to hit this about 7/8 with a fair amount of exuberance. Well, the weight's right.
Close.
Let's not get.
Yeah, yeah.
No, that's might have overcurled a touch.
More exuberance needed.
We're going to have a corner guard.
Yeah, but still, good shot. Got rid of both reds and
I want you to get back out on the ice and ask your players for throw this with some exuberance. I'd like to see that one. Full exuberance or half exuberance out there.
Après, il fait un drôle.
Those 2 yellows need to be dealt with here for Team Switzerland,
Continue là.
I think.
Oh, run back stylé.
Again, my track record in the last couple of games is not good with these.
T'aimes
but
bien enlever ça? T'as pas besoin
Oui,
de
bien
sortir,
sûr.
tu peux rouler ici. Hein.
J'aime bien ça.
Là, ok.
Après, on doit faire des runs et tout, mais
Avec 3 quarts, on arrive à rester ou...
I agree with you, Mike. They're too dangerous to leave. They're
ça
lined
laisse le corner.
right back into the 8-foot circle. You could bump it and stay completely
Très bien
ici, il
clean.
fait double entre
buried, overlapped. But let's go with the aggressive play.
Throwing the guard. And again, you think at least my record stays intact. I haven't predicted one of these right for a while. But
Parfait. À la hauteur du logo.
if you're USA now, John Schuster, what do you like on your next? Do you try to split those? Are you happy to go around on your first, or
Même hauteur, les gars.
you're down 2? I don't think a blank's in the mix here with all these
Après, il
guards.
revient derrière.
No, in the split,
T'arrives à être là, comme ça, il me
because of the drag on the rocks, the back yellow may drag behind and you can roll in, but that's certainly blocked now. double bump.
Il peut plus faire ce double.
And John may not like that red either.
Yeah, it's
roll
a
in.
scary position.
That's a great.
Could
Gotta be
roll.
like solid hack though, probably.
Roll in behind the red guard. That's a great call.
Be aggressive with this roll.
Such a dangerous position for the red stone.
Like a third?
Yeah, whatever.
The split in the front
Yeah,
is
so
quite
maybe you
easy
could
though,
probably throw more
later in
than
the
that.
end.
Well, no, I like solid hack.
Yeah, throw me a 12.
So I'm not sure that was good for Switzerland to leave.
Too tight? Or
Well,
leaving the yellows, you mean, yes.
Leaving the yellows.
Yes.
Yes.
So in turn, Hack Waiter trying to roll all the way over behind the red corner guard. Need to hit about half of this red.
Whoa, whoa.
Chris! Chris!
Hard, Chris, hard!
Chris!
Hard, gotta go!
Trying.
It's okay where this is going.
Will it kill the red? It will.
Wants to stay in the rings.
See if he gets a little spin back. Don't think it'll spin that much.
Good try. Chris, why don't you stay down here for a second?
Almost. Had to curl another inch.
Je crois la même, mais.
Ouais, on peut.
Non, il fait hit and roll. Non, non, j'aime bien la même. Soit la même, soit enlever ces deux jaunes.
Ok. C'est clair que si t'es là, lui, il peut pas rouler avec son shooter s'il fait ça. Ouais.
Exact.
On peut, ouais.
Ça ou 3, c'est OK. Hein.
They're really trying to be precise with this guard so that Schuster cannot play the tap split. So they'd like to put her right back where it was.
Mine bien.
Sven Mikkel being asked to throw us about a foot from the rings,
Ouais, ça, c'est
blocking the path for the
poil moins, je pense.
yellow shooter if USA elects to try to play some sort of split on those yellows.
C'est un poil moins. Hein.
Which I would imagine a split or at least a bump.
Eventually you'd play it.
Make sure that you roll your shooter off so that you can play the raise on your last for 2 or 3.
So that one's a little further over now. So John might have an opportunity to throw
Yeah.
some sort of tap.
I think you want to hit just a little inside nose here so these both loosen up and set it and don't stagger.
Is there any way you could throw
Right.
the same weight and get shooter and that one in?
I think this rock just got in the way and then we're going to leave this rock sitting wide open.
Okay, just asking.
Good.
I
Just
like
don't
that.
leave these yellow
What's that?
stones out front overlapped. That's
I think you
crucial.
you could probably throw back line, honestly, Chris. Okay.
And that's because
Just a little
Switzerland will
inside,
go
just
around the
across
middle
the
and you
nose
want
right.
And you've got no
options.
raise. Yeah, you need
Yeah.
a raise
Need a raise, right?
to get rid of their shot stone.
Sure.
So tap back is the call. Trying to hit about half stone. Keep their 2 yellow guards a few inches apart.
It's good.
Should be good.
At 12.
Yep.
Back 12 is perfect weight. Trying to hit half a
Well, you
rock.
guys gotta go.
This is really moving though. Might have to play it through the
Whoa, whoa,
hole.
we're missing it. Whoa, whoa.
Back 8.
Stay with this one. Stay with it. I'm going to try to piece this.
T-line,
Whoa, whoa.
T-line.
Center, center, center. Okay, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Oh, just try playing the wee tick.
Ended up quite a bit less than the sweepers indicated out of his hand. Maybe that was the reason it curled so far.
Oh, boy, you guys got to go. Hurry. Whoa, whoa, we're missing
Just
it.
light.
Whoa, whoa.
Just light. Just light.
Stay with this
Took the curl.
Stay with it. I'm going to try to piece this.
T-line,
Whoa, whoa.
T-line.
Center, center, center. Okay, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Chance now for Sven Mikkel to play some sort of roll. Definitely want to roll behind the reds. The yellows are lined up too nicely.
Yes.
Whoa. Non. Whoa. Attention. Whoa. Non. Mal, 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 mal. Ouais, vraiment fort, pas toucher les jaunes là.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Oula.
Bien.
Hard to miss that one.
Just where do you want your shooter to go? That's kind of the only
C'est 8-7, c'est bien.
worry.
Hit this thin and have this kind of spin off the backside and get both of them in here.
Is there no way to do that with the shooter on the inside?
No, this one's just a little too high.
Just not sure that the yellow won't drag too far.
Just nut it back there.
I mean, yes, I think that's probably the shot anyways.
Yeah.
But I was wondering if we could do it that way. But
Yeah.
so yeah, just same place we were trying to hit that one, an inch inside nose, so it's
Man, I really feel like you get
normal.
Could just throw a little more weight at this.
You're just playing a little bit firmer, trying to hit just over the nose. Same idea, though, to make sure you unlock. Don't overlap, or else Team Switzerland will go right to the button on you.
Yep.
Normal.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Center. Hard center.
This looks
Hard.
close to the nose.
I went straight to the bucket. Sorry. Sorry, Chris.
On va venir un peu moins vite.
Good throw.
God dang it.
Yeah, just not precise on
On
those
n'est
two.
pas obligé, mais oui.
11 parce qu'on a dit 15.
Oh.
10 et demi?
Ah non, c'est bien.
Si roule là.
Cameron, c'est rien.
Just going to call Benoit Schwartz a human highlight reel. This run back in 4. He's been doing this all week.
Ouais. Oh.
Allez.
Just made it for fun.
Yeah.
Low key.
Moi, je pensais 11.
Could have picked one of about a dozen shots he's thrown this week.
Yes.
Ah ouais. Flasher la rouge, c'est bon.
Trying to roll behind the red. Heard him say.
Petit 3/4, 2 tiers.
Ouais, je vois pas tout de toute façon. Ouais.
Ça marche. Tiens.
Fort, 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 fort.
Oui.
Oh.
Oh, attention.
Ouais.
Fort,
Ouais,
fort,
ouais,
fort.
ouais, non, 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 non.
Attention.
Attention. Oh.
Très proche.
Oui. Oh. Non, 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 non. Non, non.
Joué. Parfait.
Et validé.
Now, is it lined up exactly perfect? I think it might be, Kevin.
It's exactly perfect.
Yeah.
Yep.
Going to a place where it's forced.
What
I think
shot.
we'll play the double tap and try to roll over. As long as we don't count that, I mean, I have to be perfect, right?
Yeah.
We're gonna get our chance for.
We'll see how well these line up.
Yeah, it's this, I was thinking too, like here.
Yeah.
Oui. Oh.
And a millimeter too far.
Yeah. Just
I mean, make the draw, right? But I guess,
certainly
like,
the definition of feeling it.
Here. And roll.
Scary with that.
Problem
rock.
is if you play the run double now, Kevin, you know, Benoit's got so many options to draw
we
around
could play
something.
this
So
thin
what do
too,
you
try
like
to
here?
come Back in here, but it's not going to be buried ever.
Right.
I like the double
we
bump on
probably
the
just draw.
yellows and try to make
Try to
sure
get shot.
get shot and don't overlap out front, knowing your last one's probably going to be a raise for 2. But deciding to come around everything. This isn't wrong either.
So try to get to the right onto the button.
It's 1 more inch, Chris.
Yeah, try to bury.
It will curl enough.
And knowing that Benoit will probably play the double raise.
What is it? Yeah. Hole's not huge. And honestly, buried's more important than top of the button.
Right.
But buried top of the button is obviously the gold standard here.
Okay.
We're going to be on that guard for a while here.
The gold standard. I like it.
400.
John Schuster facing some pressure here. And number 5.
Six. Easy line.
Right, 6.
6 is certainly the right weight.
Close though.
Like to go.
Yep, hold it.
Gotta go. Go. Line's good. Matt, it's going to probably be you.
Just by the corner guard.
Yep, 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 yep.
Trying to bury.
Yep, yep, even if it's deep. It's fine.
Take more. You need more than one rock back there.
Yeah, John.
That might trick Benoit into playing
Makes sure we're
a
giving up the
freeze
steal.
here, Kevin. But if he happens to make it,
So he makes it, we're giving up the steal. But
Well, not necessarily. You've got an angle raise over there on the B
far
of
left.
BKT. Yes, and that's third rock or quarter of a rock. So not impossible, even if this is made to get 2 points.
Tu veux le bord du 12?
il faut passer proche. Ouais, le bord du dos, je pense que c'est
Super.
bien.
Ça marche. Allez,
Not easy, however.
So if you're Switzerland, you try to get it
Across,
across the top a little bit to not allow that.
if that's possible. Pretty tough to get across the top, but
Je pense que ça a quand même bien accéléré.
14-5, on est proche là.
Je pense.
Parce que lui, il a balayé pas mal.
Tu trouves qu'il a beaucoup balayé?
Moi, je trouve si on joue 14-5, c'est OK, non?
5, parfait.
Talking 14-5, draw weight again.
Peut-être un poil plus large que lui, la ligne, non?
yeah, you certainly hate to be standing back there hoping that Benoit doesn't make something perfect.
You know, Team Switzerland, their rocks tend to curl a bit more than everyone else's. They throw a little softer handle, but we'll listen to the sweepers on this one.
One limite!
6, 7, 7, 7, 7.
Ligne, oui. Ligne, oui.
7, vitesse, allez.
8,
7,
Ligne très bien.
8 sûr.
Ligne parfaite.
8 sûr.
Plenty of weight to start.
Oui, ça pousse. Oui. Fort, fort, fort.
Vraiment fort, Val.
Allez.
Line's excellent if they get by. It looks like it's really breaking over though.
Rien faire.
That is a recurring theme with this team, that Benoit's rocks do curl a ton. Hard to get in there. They made a nice split in the sense that it's hard for USA to throw a draw now.
C'est quand même vite, hein, je pense. Hein.
There's a double up the middle there. John can hit the inside of the one that was just
so
thrown.
I think the draw might be just as easy as anything.
Whatever you like.
Okay.
Draw through the 3
I mean, I need my
reds.
draw. This one has to curl.
You sure about this?
Be a foot to the right of my last one, right?
No.
That's a foot less. Should be close.
John Landsteiner talking to Matt Hamilton. Are we
That's a
sure about
walker in
this?
there, guys.
I mean, the more I look at it, you have more than I think here.
Yeah, I know.
Your call.
How?
I just feel like the hit's easier than this draw through that hole.
Yeah, the double looks really easy from down here, Chris.
Okay, if you like that, then that's great.
Yeah.
So if you look at that stone on the left, there's 6 or 8 inches of air by that guard.
Like firm.
I
So,
think peel though still.
Hit it
Peel. Yeah.
well,
'cause-
about half.
yeah. We got to get it
If
all the
you
way going if we're going to
just barely miss the guard, you're hitting it very thin.
That's
So-
probably max, honestly.
Try to get by the guard by an inch or 2, and you make the shot. Peel weight.
Trying to take advantage of a rare miss from Benoit Schwartz. John Schuster's final rock here in 5.
Heart center. Heart center.
Trying to back this out a little. Looks pretty close.
Very nice.
That is a hard-fought 2 for Team USA as we reach the 5th end break.
Good call, Chris.
Nothing decided yet here in this quarterfinal matchup as we watch John Landsteiner hold that one straight.
Good, John.
And
Well, the only thing decided, Mike, is we've got 2 really good curling teams fighting out for this game.
3-3 through 5 ends, and it will be Switzerland with the hammer in the second half.
Tanner, you freaking held that bitch.
Yeah, it's just really quite sensible. Like,
I was thinking 5-10 even, but I think 10. Should be
Well, a lot of highlights in this first half. It was Benoit Schwartz with a beautiful freeze here in end number 2 that forced John Schuster into taking 1. No mistake made, and that would
Uno, yellow.
give
This is
the
kicking
Swiss
out of
the hammer in
half, I
end
heard
number
him.
3. And in the third end, Kevin, they took advantage of a couple of misses here. We're going to take a look at John Schuster's final stone. This is a double attempt to try to hold Switzerland to 2.
There was even a triple there, actually, if this is hit perfect. But in turn, just curled too much across the top. And after some terrific shooting, it's a 3 chance.
Yeah, chance for Benoit to draw the rings here, and
Ain't parfait.
teams here in the playoffs aren't going to be missing these. Ice has been fantastic all week long. 14.5 seconds at the tee line, and that put Switzerland up 3-1. After a couple of spectacular shots and a blank in 4, little mistake from Benoit Schwartz on his last leaves a tricky double for John Schuster for 2.
Tough double. Had to get close to that guard in order to push the red far enough, but well done again. Tie game.
Okay. Good job. Good sweep. Good call, Chris. How you pulled that out a little bit.
So we look at the brackets. If the United States win this one, they would face RCF in the semifinals. If Switzerland wins, they would go up against Sweden. So 3 games on tap to decide this year's world champion. Lots to be decided yet in this feature matchup. Team 3 versus Team 6. U.S. Switzerland.
That's it. YouTube is all over. No geo blocking. Oh yeah, 5 more good ends. Keep that perfect draw game going. We'll get your chances with hammer.
C'était combien la mienne? Ah. Il a dit 13-6.
La dernière, là?
Rub it like it's Buddha.
Give you a Darla 4-foot for the win. That's all I'm asking for. We got you.
That's all you're getting.
Okay. Oh, I love curling with bombs.
As we look at the stats here through 5 ends of play, only 3 percentage points separating these teams. No surprise that we're still tied. But Switzerland has managed to take away the hammer. They started the game tied without. They are now tied with, so they would be happy with that result through 5 ends. 3-3 after 5.
Hard, Chris! Cavale. Whoa!
I saw that.
Sixth end underway of the BKT Tires and OK Tire World Men's Curling Championship. Qualification game number 2. Winner of this game will move into the semifinals. United States taking on Switzerland, the Olympic champions, against the Olympic bronze medalists from 2018. And as you look at the line score, big 3 in the third end stands out. U.S. bouncing back nicely in end 5 to tie things up. It will be Valentin Tanner now, 93% through 5 ends, throwing in the corner guard. Team Switzerland with the hammer in the even end. We'll try to figure out a way to score multiple points. And John Schuster will do everything he can to either get the force or maybe even steal one here in 6. Blank, of course, would not be a terrible result either for USA. John Landsteiner down a little. You've seen a couple of his tap backs come around, tick on the center guard. That would be the cause of that low number.
4-5.
But really, not much has hurt his team, even though he's missed a couple of shots.
Line's great.
A couple of misses on the pro side.
Now keep going, you're fine.
Nice come around there.
Great. Nice pair, Steiner. Attaboy.
Well, push the back line.
So center guard, throw the corner. USA plays the come around. Now the tick shot, Kevin.
With a plan of ticking and rolling behind the corner guard. So instead of just coming around the corner, actually playing the tick to get behind the corner. So, like you say, modern day curling. It's you're getting around the corner, but with an added benefit.
This needs to move. Or the back one.
And still behind the corner.
That was tricky.
Great shot.
And shot stone. Excellent result for Switzerland.
Play it again.
You like this? Okay.
What do you like, the freeze?
Or the dig?
You said it was dead buried, right? We can try to dig if you want.
I mean, if we throw hack and we chip the guard, it's okay.
As long as it doesn't go off, right?
All right.
5 rock rule still in place. USA cannot remove that red guard from play, or stones would be replaced.
Just a sliver more.
The dig, Kevin. Trying to dig that out from behind the corner guard.
And it is completely around. So it definitely is a dig. It's not easy at all. The weight's got to be perfect. Matt's been throwing the rock extremely well, though.
Yeah. Whoa. Hard. Yeah.
I wouldn't be half surprised if he makes this. It's incredibly tough.
Easy. Yep. Steiner.
Well, got by fairly close.
Good shot, Matty. Good. Beauty.
That was completely around the guard. Both teams are really putting on a show here.
Il est juste pas dans le pied. On peut être shot caché. Comme ça?
Poil plus. Ouais.
Pas le plus? Ouais.
Ça va quand même assez vite. Une semaine.
Switzerland going to try to get one around again. Benoit Schwartz said it needs to be touching the 8 foot in order to be shot stone.
Et attends un petit peu.
Nature, mais
Je pense qu'il y a un peu de place.
Those two yellows
5.
Je pense.
are full 12.
Je pense qu'on est large. Val devant.
Has to be placed perfectly.
Pas caché à mon avis. Essaye Val. Essaye ici. Cache-la. Fini. Oui.
Benoit saying it's not going to be buried, so bring it back.
ouais, go, 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 go.
Continue, Val.
Go, 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 go.
Continue.
Yep, les shots. Go, 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 go. Yeah, buddy.
Pretty
Does-
good. Yeah, pretty good. Stayed for shot. That was the important part of that shot, was to make sure that you had a piece of the 8 foot circle, the white circle.
Touch more weight.
Whoa, whoa,
Clean's good. Clean. Chris.
Easy. Easy. Steiner.
Hard.
Just needs to move
Hard, Steiner.
in order to make
Grind the heck out of
contact.
this one.
Keep
It's
going.
heavy. Feathered it over.
Yeah, we're
Second
changed.
shot. I believe that red stone is.
Just overthrew that one just a
perfect,
little
man.
bit.
12-5.
It's heavier than the one
C'est bien, ça, on fait
previous.
ça. Ouais.
En plein. Tu veux 11?
Non, non, j'aime bien en tout cas 10,5.
Très bien. 10, 10 et demi. Comme ça, elle est loin.
Pas moins.
So it's talking about the weight that they're going to throw. 10 and a half seconds. Hog to hog. Quiet weight tap. Control, what some would call.
10.
Attention.
10.
Attention.
Poil vite.
C'est assez proche.
Attention,
Non, 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 non.
c'est proche.
C'est vite.
Sven, Sven.
This needs
Ah
to
ouais,
move
c'est
too.
plus loin.
Allez, Sven.
Yeah, that stayed straight. That's definitely rolling too far.
Just heavier than they were hoping for.
Ok, puis.
Désolé, je vais comme je voulais, mais c'était trop.
That was a really good
wanna just
chance
get
for
rid of
Peter
it?
de Cruz there. That's
I don't think it benefits us.
Sven Mikkel doing all he can to have that curl enough to stay, but to no avail.
It's us.
I mean,
You like,
we hit and roll out. They're just peeling.
like control? Yeah, I think so. You're trying to stay, Chris, or not? No, we don't have to. Okay,
Whatever you
I
like.
like
Sorry,
control
John.
for weight, though.
Sorry.
I think it's better to roll out, Matt.
Yeah,
Or
I
at
heard
least
Matt
roll to
say
here at minimum.
if you roll
Yeah.
off, they're going to peel. I
Yeah,
don't
like
think
that.
Switzerland's
Okay,
going to
control.
peel based on what we've seen so far.
well, it's an even end as well.
Sixth end also, yeah.
Yeah, in my opinion, Team USA is happy with the blank here. 4 and 7. Take your 2 hammers to 1 into 8, 9, 10 with the one deficit, and looking pretty good. So I don't think they will want to blank this either. So make sure of contact.
Hard!
It's not a good sign.
Hard!
Got to go to get by. You don't want to tick that red.
Whoa, Matt!
Tick the red is going to end up in the house.
This thing's
It's under it. It's under it.
Wow, that was close to jamming over on the side. That would have been disaster.
Sorry, guys.
It's a bit of a disaster anyways.
Full 12, 7, 8.
Ouais.
Whoa, Matt! Trying to hit this thing.
It's under it. It's under it.
Yeah, you throw that a little better. Only hit an inch of it. You end up giving Swiss a shot to lie
It's
3.
under it.
Ligne bien.
So very good opportunity now for
Ligne bien.
Team Switzerland to get their rocks
Ligne parfaite.
10 feet apart.
À vous, les gars. À vous, ligne bien.
No double available.
Balle devant.
It's going to be very difficult for Switzerland
Ligne
to
parfaite.
not get 2 here. US under
Allez, allez.
in some
Pas trop
trouble.
long, les gars. Go, go, pour être shot. Go, go.
Continue, Val.
Bien, Mélis. Bien.
Continue.
Bien, Mélis.
Non, non.
14-7.
c'est
Bien. C'est un bon spot.
I think you can throw peel, Chris, and stay and lose these both. But
Okay.
maybe not, though.
I don't know if you can stay. I'm
No,
losing
maybe
both.
not. I mean, you can do it soft. We're playing with fire, but it's
You almost have to
You can
try, I
definitely do it
think.
soft.
I know it's scary, but hack weight, half rock,
I mean,
roll behind the
worst
center
case
guard
scenario,
deep.
you dead stack this thing, and they still have to deal with this rock, right? Okay. I think you're throwing control and trying to roll it all the way to center. Okay. About half a rock should get us over in the vicinity at least. Okay.
I agree with this call, although it's,
It's a hard one.
It's a tough one and get you in all kinds of trouble if you miss it. But half rock, soft takeout, roll behind the center.
Yeah, I think so, unless you want to throw board.
No, control's fine.
Okay.
Chris Ply is under some pressure here in number 6. His final stone.
Whoa. Whoa, close.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Matt.
No. Yeah, Matt, go. Oh, that's lost, huh? All right. Good try, Chris.
That was a little safety. Couldn't afford to hit that too
9-5.
thick.
Ouais, je suis d'accord. Ouais.
Sinon, il fait le nose.
Je te mets un peu plus pour
I
celle-là.
can't
Léo.
imagine
Si.
if this situation
Si on
stays
est
the
ici, c'est
same,
bien aussi,
Kevin.
hein.
I can't
Ouais.
imagine
Ouais.
John Schuster will go around the middle.
Oh,
Come on,
gee. Yeah,
everybody.
no. Not yet. It's it's only a 6 to end tie game.
3 would be awful.
Mine, c'est proche.
C'est similaire.
Va devant.
Un peu plus.
Ah, c'est pas beaucoup
Sûr.
plus. Hein.
Mine bien. Mine parfaite, les gars. On la
Ligne
perd
bien,
pas.
circule bien.
T-line.
Poil
Petit.
place.
Mine parfaite.
Poil place.
This weight looks
Valdemar,
really
Valdemar.
good if the line's really good.
They're saying the line's good too.
Place, 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 place.
Ok. C'est bien.
Les gars, on la
Ligne
perd
bien,
pas.
circule bien.
T-line.
Poil
Petit.
place.
Mine parfaite.
Poil place.
Va devant, va devant.
Seul.
Ah, non, c'est 5. 6.
Place, 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 place.
Well, John Schuster's looking at trying to hit and stay, but I think you just take your medicine here, don't you, Kevin? You just blast it out of there, and they're going to split the rings, and maybe you might have a chance to roll buried on your last.
Well, because it's only frozen on a half, I would certainly have a go with peel weight right at it. Try to sit right on the nose, because then if you can imagine, John noses, Benoit noses, you've actually got a cross house double in 6. So then all of a sudden it's 2 hammers each. So this is worth a go here. Real
to nose
firm, right on the nose, maybe even roll inside a foot. This is out there plenty though.
Oh.
You split the rings,
Je
don't
pense
you?
que je pense que les fait éteindre le main. Si,
Ah.
s'il rate le draw, on peut mettre 3.
Ouais.
La même.
He just said, you see, if he goes around, we're going to get 3. Exactly
Ah,
what
j'aime bien ça.
Peter, we can chase with
Lui,
anything
il va,
that
à mon avis,
USA
il va
does.
essayer de rouler là, de toute façon. C'est possible pour lui de rouler caché, donc. 8, 7,
Ah, il y a
8.
une chance qu'il est
almost.
derrière, mais je pense que c'est
A
OK.
perfectly placed stone would be very tough to remove, but is it worth the risk for the U.S.? Probably not.
We joke quite a bit about, you say things loud enough so your opponents hear it. I'm not sure if John speaks French or not, but he knows what they're thinking. He knows what they're thinking. He's trying to split the rings.
Mine bien.
Get a clock on this. 14 and a half. He said it's been the number all week.
Seul.
Yeah,
Ok.
very close.
Travaille
Vraiment
ici, je
tout
pense.
seul.
Ça a pas l'air de beaucoup curler.
Ça curle beaucoup, ça.
OK, ligne
laisse-
parfaite.
on
Now,
laisse-
this will be a really
Bien
keen
essayé.
spot. There's been a lot of rocks down here in a row.
Ça curle bien essayé.
14-2. That should be easily to the tee line.
T-line ou 8, hein?
Back tee.
C'est seul.
Possible.
Très bien.
Trying to sneak out there.
Allez.
Perfect.
That one's a tiny bit higher. Yeah. So maybe this is the one.
So they'll try to roll off that wide one on the
Maybe we'll just
right-hand
make
side
their
now,
life
right to the. I'm gonna say right to the center line, but rolling wide. I don't know that.
And just out count it. Just here. Yeah.
Just
Either
make sure
or.
you stay. Just make sure you stay and
They can dig anything.
Force them to hit and stay.
I mean, he can make that obviously too, but
I think that's a shot.
which one? This way
This
or
one?
this? I mean, this is obviously fine too.
Right. I mean, really just killing it. Even a nose hit, he's still got.
I just, if we roll 2 inches too far, he says to draw full 12. I'm just thinking there's more. He actually has to stay here at least.
Okay.
So,
Normal.
yeah,
For
I think
sure.
so. I think it's going to run okay too, Chris.
if this was the
mean
8th end,
just-
you might see John go around the center guard.
Again,
But
if it's
in
run,
6
play the other one. Yep. By all means,
Still
hit,
lots of
hit the
time
nose and roll
left.
6 inches that way. Probably roll a full rock that way too. honestly.
Can I wait?
Normal. Try to throw a good one for you guys here.
Final rock here for John Schuster, and number 6. Trying to roll somewhere.
That's normal.
Team Switzerland will have a little difficulty hitting and staying.
Close. That way. way, Chris.
Yep. Whoa. Yep. Yeah. Whoa. 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 Whoa.
Going wide, it looks like.
Beauty, John.
That was tricky. Ideal. No danger of a jam here, I think, for Team Switzerland, but
It's not.
there's these wider ones.
Ah, ça va.
Parce que 9, ça va
Avec 9, même si tu prends
Good call,
9
Chris.
dixièmes dedans, ça sort.
Maybe a touch trickier.
C'est bien ça.
Well, they've made it as difficult as possible. Still, it's an open hit. But Team Switzerland can only roll one way.
Lui, il est pas vers l'extrême.
Ah, lui, il est super actif.
Let's go, Benny.
Let's go, Benny. Sweepers. Last rock for Team Switzerland here in end number 6.
Attention.
Ouais, 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 ouais.
Fort, Val. Allez, Val. Fort, Val. Plus fort. Oui.
Got to hold this one. This is curling a lot.
Go, 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 Pete.
Now, does it spin out?
Tried to miss it, but great sweeping there from Tanner to hold it straight.
When it's hit like this.
Good. I think it's good. Thank you. No.
Val actually made contact with the stone. You hear him talking to the U.S. sweepers.
Continue, 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 continue. Go, 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 Pete. Catch a break.
Val said he touched it just as on his last sweep, but Team USA doing the right thing.
Gentleman's game.
Switzerland takes 2. Their USA will have hammer in end number 7.
Sur la mienne,
That's what I was like. No, I thought the angles were fine too.
I think we owe him one anyway.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
No,
we don't
Yeah. I'm pretty sure last time.
il joue plus actif qu'on pense en fait.
Il joue super. Là, les sont équipes.
Franchement, les drôles, là, c'était violent.
Bien valé.
Avec le balai, il a le garde.
Bon, ça c'est sympa de sa part. Il était pas obligé.
Non.
Il peut donner le force. I know we're still down 2 if we get forced an 8, like all of a sudden. I think I like throwing.
Okay.
I'm not saying we're going to go crazy after it, but I think we'll throw 1 just to establish it.
Okay.
So. Did I look like I rolled my second? Ça fait bien, je trouve. Assez nature.
C'est un peu nature, non?
Moi, je trouve que c'est très bien.
Un peu de
Nature.
place aussi.
Peut-être 4 pieds, ouais.
Easy, easy.
Je pense que c'est proche.
Très bien, vitesse.
Regarde,
Ça va pas trop
regarde.
hurler
C'est
encore.
full cap.
Non, non, c'est pas full 4.
Oh,
Trop, je pense, oui.
14x.
Plante.
Ah, c'est bien, c'est bien.
Moitié, 4 pieds. Très bien, Val.
Super Val. I got there right now. Okay.
Lead stones on the way here in end number 7. John Landsteiner being asked to throw a corner guard. Sweepers backing off this entirely. It's never a good sign. Kevin?
No, hoping to have it stop, but I don't think it's going to.
Down 2. That's an unforced error from John Landsteiner. Won't be happy with that.
10. 10. Okay.
Valentin Tanner, the lefty, the other lefty in the hack here in end number 7, just a hit to lie 2.
Easy.
Très bien, vitesse.
Wow, 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 wow.
Non, c'est bien.
Tiens.
Ouais. 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 Ouais.
Yeah.
Hitting to lie 2, rolls to the middle, very nice.
Ça marche.
Okay. Yeah.
Take a look at that last shot there, Kevin. Just on that last
Oh, exact.
push away, Valentin made contact with the red stones, and he points immediately to it. And you heard him say,
Je pense que c'était 10 demi.
as I was touching it,
Just here, in the room, like this.
When it
But once the rock crosses the far hog line, the intent of the rule is that the non-offending team is supposed to put the rocks where they think it was going to go.
Good, Steiner. Attaboy.
And USA clearly knew that rock was going to stay. And
Comme ça?
no harm, no foul. Is that the best
Right,
way to describe that, Kevin?
That's the way the rule reads. If it's between the hog lines, though, say that you did touch it before the second hog line, it stops immediately.
Yeah, usually the sweepers will just stop the stone
that's-
between the hog lines.
That's the rule, yes. But once it gets over the hog line, you leave it alone, you let it come to rest, all the stuff, and then decide where everything would have ended up.
Well, and to be honest, the only person that knew that he touched the stone was Val on that one. So good sportsmanship by both teams shown there.
Ok, Pete.
C'est bien, super.
C'est là, Pete. Bien. Bien joué. Excuse.
Over high and we get 2 corners.
I don't think I want to get rid of all of them, Matt. You throw this thing in here right now with back line and get these to here, we're in really good shape. That's super tight.
Okay.
Your shooter's going to stay as long as it's edge on edge. It's great.
Okay.
Just here.
Okay.
Back 8-foot weight, out turn tap. Try to create a little pocket with those reds, Kevin.
Yeah, something back 8 foot, back 12. Set up a little pocket. Even if Matt rolls off on this one, as long as the pocket is set, you can loop one in there anytime.
Whoa,
Whoa.
Set up for 2 points.
10.
whoa, whoa. 10. Steiner, it's you.
All the way,
Keep
bud.
going, keep going,
Really
keep going,
moving
keep
the
going.
weight.
All the way.
Keep going, and then leave it.
Okay. Okay.
Just fine, buddy. Good.
Yep, just fine. That sets up a pocket.
Pour aller au-dessus. Ouais. Faut jouer un peu plus vite ou.
Moi, j'aime bien 10.
Très bien.
Ouais. Comme ça?
Ouais.
Sinon, je joue plus vite. Hein. Ok, 10.
Bon
9
10.
et demi.
Attends un peu.
Ça vite,
Non,
hein.
non, 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 non.
9 et demi.
Val. Ouais.
Très fort, c'est bien.
Wow.
Allez,
Ouais,
allez.
Val,
Oh,
Val, Val, Val.
oh, oh,
Just trying to hit and stay here. So Switzerland would love to get the force here.
9-2.
oh. Bien joué.
J'ai 9-2.
9-2. 9-2.
Pretty natural.
9-2.
This is actually a pretty
You
good
hit it
setup for
half, you might
Team
even roll
USA
up a
right
little bit
now.
here.
2 different pockets.
I think is favorable for us.
That's better than hitting it thin.
What's that?
That's better than hitting it thin.
Well, it's hitting it thin. You're sitting here, and I'm not sure. Like, it's still probably missing this rock.
Okay.
So, think I
Okay.
like nice half.
Feel.
Yep.
Peel weight, try to make the double and roll buried. Probably worth mentioning, Kevin, with the flow here on Matt Hamilton. For those as we watch this rock go down the ice, needs a roll here.
Shoot it. Whoa, whoa.
Needs to stay in the pocket.
Spin.
Rolled an inch too far, but Matt Hamilton is
It's fine, Matty.
trying to raise some money for
Tu veux pas enlever ça ou
brain cancer research. At Stash Strong is the
Mais si ça sort
Twitter
pas, c'est
handle.
pas
If you
grave.
can go on there, and they're
C'est difficile.
Matt's
à sortir,
gonna
hein, je pense.
Ouais, c'est-
eventually auction
Oh,
off
c'est moi, une moitié de plus.
people to come in and have that thing cut off.
Presque, ouais.
Ok, ça marche.
But good for him to raise money for brain cancer
Une bombe avec
research.
nose, ça vient en tout cas dans le 12 pieds, donc c'est pas mal.
Thought it might just been the COVID haircut or lack thereof, but there's a method to the madness there.
Exactement 4/5e, gardez le shooter.
Good for him. It's terrific.
That rolled a couple of inches too far.
Oh, oh.
Oui,
Sven McCall looking for the
oh, oui,
hit and roll under.
oui, oui.
That active intern really started curling.
Okay.
Well, things are getting a little bit more playable for
I kind of like
John
that.
Schuster
yeah,
now, Kevin.
Because otherwise they guard this, and we're gonna have trouble digging it right.
Yeah, right. As soon as you start seeing
Try to roll it
pockets
down
build
here.
up, it's scary for the team in the lead.
Oh, oui, oui, oui.
So I ended up getting rid of the pocket, but now there's quite a few stones that are helping the U.S. right now.
Great.
Easy.
While trying to roll behind the corner guard.
Close. Whoa. Whoa. Center.
John Lansdowne trying to make this curl.
Really got to get it going.
Whoa.
He really did get it going.
I'm listening to Chris.
What a nice
Sounded
roll
like
that
Chris.
is
Beauty.
from Chris Plies.
That's a bingo.
That is a bingo. That's underneath that corner.
Nice shot, dude.
Not a lot of choice here.
Watch John Lansner. Watch this rock right about now just starts to go. Player's so good
Good
at
one, Chris.
making the
Beauty.
rock curl or holding it straight. And that's lost.
Tout petit bounce.
Well
on peut
done.
de toute façon l'enlever avec ça.
How did we not figure that out, Mike? All those years of curling.
Alors, on joue que freeze, hein?
Just feels so dumb
Yeah,
sometimes.
it seems so obvious now. Well, the intern freeze. That yellow rock is completely buried, so no choice. Trying to freeze on the corner here.
Ouais, ok, c'est bien. Place, place, place.
J'aime bien la
Wow,
vitesse.
wow, c'est assis, wow.
Ligne bien.
7, 6, 7.
Ligne bien.
Ligne bien.
On doit assurer.
Ligne parfait.
Easy, wow, wow.
6.
This one's being held straight. So if they wanted to curl, you'll see Benoit on the left make it move. And if they want to keep it straight, Valentin on the right will hold it.
Exactement T-line.
Wow, 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 wow.
We're saying exactly T-line weight.
Ouais, pas de T.
Couldn't have walked that down much better.
What you got
Play
in
the
here,
run,
Chris?
I certainly like the run.
run into the pocket.
Man, I wonder if you could ever throw it
You could
control.
probably get it going to the open.
Okay.
You're never going to get it out, obviously. You could play. We could also play the run to the crotch.
The run, you
Or
wouldn't have
you
to
could
throw
just
real
play
hard.
the same freeze they just
Just
played. We just got to make
solid
sure
control.
we stay shot.
I really like the run a lot.
What are you feeling?
What do you guys like?
I mean, I think the run's the best shot on the sheet, but
It's tough to
also
not. I mean,
rolls to a
you're
center
you're
and it
sending
gives
it this way though, Matt, onto this one,
Yeah.
and the shooter's gonna roll out of the way. And even if you make it perfect, it's just a queued up double. Then we're just coming around, right? But
Yeah.
I mean, you could also theoretically just stuff this here and roll out of the way, and it's not horrible, I guess.
Whatever you like, John.
I mean, does this?
I mean, it's there.
You think you
I
got
don't
enough
think
space
it's
to
that
make that?
bad.
With like
What?
board.
I like it.
With board.
I was thinking like control, because it's gonna be curling at the guard no matter what weight we throw.
Okay.
And I think I want to get this thing going as hard as we can to move this as far as we can.
We can't, with control, we can't push it under the center, can we?
I don't think so, not with what you can see.
Okay.
Pretty tough to do coming off this. It's going to be just bonking it kind of back here. It's going to just leak.
You like 10 and a half then?
Yeah.
Well, they looked at all the options, trying to get to the inside
Okay
of
with
that
that, bro?
wide red,
It definitely does. But
kick the red that's on top of the yellow into the 4-foot circle. Whichever they play is a difficult shot.
Okay.
I'm just wondering if it bumps it over. Yeah, I think this is the one that sets us up the
Okay.
best.
All right.
There's 3 options:
So I have
run
like
back, the one they
14-7
called,
on
or this freeze.
I had 14-3 on it, but he
Okay.
actually was
I had a
full
1 on
T line,
it, too.
so I think 14-7 is going to be close for you to freeze it.
okay.
It's talking a tenth of seconds here to get the weight right. Freeze is the call for Chris Plies on his final stone here in end number 7.
Get there.
Tight
now.
game.
Okay, line's good.
Keep this on the angle.
Heavy.
Whoa, then, whoa. Clean,
That'll
clean,
keep
center.
Switzerland likely from coming around
Close,
the
whoa,
center guard.
Whoa,
Keep the line,
whoa,
don't curl.
off, center, you're out.
14-3, so
Let's do it.
Okay, can't bounce on this line.
an
You
ounce
gotta be
heavy.
Bumpy.
Just a little bump.
Okay, just let it be. Great job,
Really
Chris.
nice,
Attaboy.
Chris.
Great job, buddy.
I was holding my breath as that one came into the rings, Kevin, but
Good judgment.
nice shot
Sounds like a
by
95.
Chris Plies.
Well, Matt was right on with his call there. Just going to bump it a little bit, and did.
Il y a un risque.
Both teams just
Pas vraiment, je crois, hein.
completely keyed in right now to
Tu
the
prends la
weight.
garde.
Nice to see.
Tac, tac, mais après t'as un trade, je pense.
Ouais, ouais. Moi, j'aime bien essayer, mais.
Ok.
T'aimes bien essayer, Sven?
Direct.
Ouais.
Moi, j'aime bien, ouais. Si tu prends 3 quarts,
Je vois
L'autre, c'est
13,
ça,
4,
quoi.
5e.
L'autre, c'est ça.
Moi, j'aime bien.
Mais la bombe, je vois.
Ça, c'est quand même une assez bonne option, je trouve, mais.
Le dolly, tu dis?
Ouais.
C'est clairement. Ouais, je suis d'accord. Je crois que la bombe est quand même dure.
Je pense, si on fait ça, lui, il est obligé de faire ça, je pense.
Je suis
Ah, à mon
pas
avis,
sûr que
c'était
j'y arrive, la
exactement
bombe.
ici.
Il faut vraiment passer proche. Hein.
Si lui, il essaye ça, nous, on aura un I9 après, à mon avis.
Ouais.
Hein?
Ouais, j'aime bien venir derrière, ouais. J'aime bien être là, ouais.
Je pense, hein.
Ouais.
Je sais pas.
Moi, je crois que c'est juste.
Très bien.
They were looking at the run back for the longest time as they highlight reel number
Si lui, il
3.
fait le run avec la corner, ça c'est ouvert, de toute façon.
Ah,
pour-
bien sûr, ça y a pas
ça.
de question.
T'as vu la mienne? Il faut 14
Ça vous
pour
va
arriver, hein.
On l'a fait parfaite là.
T'aimes bien le out, peut-être? Je sais pas.
On peut faire tout.
Figure out which turn to throw
ouais,
now.
ouais,
In turn, out turn.
marche.
They're going to play the out turn.
Ouais, le bord.
As mentioned, you know, this Swiss team, their rocks curl a lot. They throw a little bit less handle than most of the teams, and Benoit's hard to follow. You watch this out turn draw attempt. Top 4 is the call.
Et justement le 4
7.
Je pense qu'il a bien essayé.
Déjà 7.
Non, non,
6, 7. 7.
non, non.
Passe dessus.
Non.
Ligne bien.
7 seul.
Wow, wow, wow.
7 seul.
Oui.
Oui. 7.
This is going sideways now.
Vraiment fort.
7, 8.
Vraiment fort, vraiment fort, vraiment fort, vraiment fort, vraiment fort. Wow. Wow, wow.
Non, non,
Just
non, 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 non.
By, but comes all the way into the open, I would imagine.
Okay.
Insane, hein? Alors, ça.
Ça va.
Let's have a look at this. So generally you'll keep the rocket at 2 o'clock, but you can see before release, Benoit actually brings it almost to 1 o'clock. And that, to your point, Mike, is why you get all that curl. If you hold it to 2 o'clock or 2:30, a little bit longer, the rock will stay a lot straighter and you get more rotation.
The nice thing for Team Switzerland, of course, is they all do it. So, you know,
They don't even have
it's
to
easy
go
to
half.
read
We
their
don't
own
want it.
shots, but if you're John Schuster and anyone playing against
I'm
Team
not sure half
Switzerland,
will walk.
it's
Yeah,
you
I
just
got
have
the
to
whole
be
thing.
aware to take a little less ice than they do.
Nice hack, boys.
So with that miss, chance now for John Schuster to lie 2 and set up a multiple score here in end number 7. Can't imagine that Benoit would freeze. I've been saying that all week, that can't imagine this, can't imagine that, and they do it anyway. But
Matt, stay close.
this has to stay here.
Hard!
Hard, Lance.
Has to get by. It does, just barely.
God,
Great shot.
That must have grabbed. Good throw. I know where you were on that one, Matty. I thought we were going both
Well,
sweepers.
here's the freeze that they won't play.
Well, it actually rolled too good, didn't it, for Team Schuster? That actually rolled further than they wanted. I think they would have been happy to have that hit on the nose. Just by the guard.
Ou ça. Ça, tu peux aussi. C'est pas faux.
2 up, in turn
Pas
freeze.
faux. C'est. Ça.
Or
Enfin,
do
elle
they
va
throw
probablement
some
rester
weight
celle-là, de
off
toute
that
façon.
wide yellow? Any chance of getting both those yellows out?
C'est un peu égal. Hein. Il
Probably
faut
not.
jouer sur une de ces trois
Not
pièces.
without a run back.
Le double, le problème, on se prend 2.
I'm not saying anything as far as, well, they're not going to do that.
Ouais, parce qu'on reste ouvert, c'est ça. Donc c'est pas idéal, quoi. Ouais. Le run, non.
Je pense que c'est le freeze ou le run, à mon avis.
Le freeze, tant qu'on est à l'intérieur à côté, ça va.
C'est quand même dur.
Have to freeze to that side. John would likely play either the in-off is yellow
C'est très dur les deux.
for 3 or the angle raise for 3.
Un peu trop.
Je pense que le freeze est quand même juste.
So the freeze would have to be absolutely perfect.
So the danger, you heard them say, if it's center line side, John cannot play the in-off
Il a
to
pas
get
peur.
3. But if it's right on the nose, certainly would be available.
C'est ça. Le mieux.
Si on fait ça, c'est quand même très dur de mettre 2.
C'est bien parce que tu viens de la faire. Le run, c'est chaud.
Il doit presque faire le run pour mettre 2.
Moi, je
Je
m'en
crois qu'on
souviens.
fait ce freeze sur la center. Hein.
Bon, on vient de jouer la vitesse.
Ah ouais.
C'est exactement
La vitesse,
14.
c'est parfait.
Si on n'a pas
C'est
validé
clair.
pour la ligne, c'est parfait la vitesse.
Exact.
Ouais.
Exact.
Mais je dois activer avec le bord du 12. Hein. Le bord du 12, ça curle pas.
Ouais, exact, il faut un petit peu.
C'est fou. Hein.
Ouais, exact.
High pressure shot here for
Tout petit peu.
Team
Ça peut être
Switzerland.
une
They are going to
moitié
play the
dessus, là,
freeze.
C'est parfait. Hein.
Right where Peter de Cruz is holding his broom is the call.
Ouais, la même, Benoît.
C'était combien le split?
Il a balayé fort, hein, Sven.
Hard to get shot stone and
Ouais, je pense que c'était 6
be in a
S'il a une chance.
position that's not
C'est-
removable. So
Il est 14.
certainly USA will have a shot for 2 on their last. Final Swiss stone here in end number 7.
C'est moins vite.
Sweepers under some pressure
Ligne
here
bien, il n'y a
now.
pas besoin de balayer pour la ligne.
Ligne, c'est
Juste
bien.
vitesse.
Juste 6. C'est
Ok,
moins
bravo.
vite.
Ligne, c'est bien. Wow.
Ça va venir. Hein.
Ligne parfaite.
Plutôt mal.
This rock is well out there. No problem with line past the guard.
Sven,
C'est moi.
This is still way out there, though.
Here's the finish.
Allez, les gars, allez. On est dessus, on est dessus.
Ouais, continue, continue.
Non, je peux pas.
That just missed the wide guard by an inch. Looks like yellow is shot. What a scary sweep here for Team USA to get this right.
Yeah, just pretty much playing the B as the pin.
I mean, I could also play this run for 2, but I think we can use that as the pin and get there still.
Okay.
This guard's going to be in play, but
You got about
You're here.
I think we're almost
1
we're
square
edged, Chris.
inch to draw to.
'Cause again, we have to miss this
Just not
both
positive
sides.
that the corner guard's not in the way to make this shot.
Well, Benoit's rock only missed the guard by an inch, Kevin.
That's what I mean. Yeah, I'm just not sure.
And they
this
have to
is
be a full
possible.
rock over from that.
Like far off?
What else do you see? Maybe come off your yellow with
Maybe 1 inch less.
back 8-foot weight or something, but
Yeah,
that's
the rock's gonna be
scary.
spinning clockwise though, and it'll spin
under.
out of there. So, yeah, this is a shot.
Tough one. Not much fun here for John Schuster. Sweepers need to control the line here.
Easy line.
Whoa, whoa! Only if you have to.
Whoa, off.
Really running.
You have to go touch.
You can't do anything. It's on the guard. Go Steiner, I guess, but yeah, there's.
Yeah, good try.
That was
even
probably
was
the
still
right
barely
line.
Gonna get by the red.
1 yellow.
It'll be 1 yellow.
Tough part.
Wonderful freeze from Switzerland. Takes the end away from USA. Swiss will be 1
As I
up
was looking
with the
coming down here,
hammer
maybe we should've just tried to play it
as we
soft
head to
off this one.
end number 8 of this elimination game.
Really close to red, even with it wrecking half a rock.
Yeah.
Comme moins vite qu'avant.
Ouais.
On a balayé.
Bon,
Même
on a
chose.
une bonne
On a balayé
moitié.
beaucoup. Hein. Après, on
Ouais,
n'a pas
ouais.
balayé tant que ça.
Et la balle est quand même pas mal.
Eighth end about to get underway at this BKT Tires and OK Tire World Men's Curling Championship 2021. Mike Harris and Kevin Martin bringing you the action here from Winsport Arena at Canada Olympic Park in Calgary, Canada.
Sure over.
Winner of this game will move
How was
on to the
Matt?
semifinals
Mine's good.
in just a few hours'
Yeah, okay,
time.
Chris, go then. Still fine.
As you look at the line score, Team USA had an end going there in 7, Kevin, but wonderful freeze under pressure from Benoit Schwartz. Takes any chance of a multiple end away, really, from Team Schuster.
Yeah, I think the only way that John could get to 2 points was with that raise, the tight guard. But that's so risky. You could give up a steal of 2 or 3 easily.
And he would have had to pick it clean off the face of his own. The rocks were, less than a centimeter apart. So tough shot. That, and again, John, the mistake, John, if he rolls a little bit to the open,
Like a 1 again.
he's going to have a chance for 2 for sure.
It's fun.
So that was the error from Team USA in 7. See John Landsteiner still at 75. Couple of ticks in his.
Line's tight too.
The rock that
No,
came into
mine
the
is
rings
just
in
fine.
end number 7 actually turned out didn't really hurt him that much. Again, he's had 2 or 3 misses, but they really haven't caused
It's over, you're fine.
too much difficulty for the Olympic champions.
Hi, boy, Steiner. Oh, yeah.
So it's game plan now for Team Switzerland, Kevin, here in 8.
Yeah, and the 8th end for Team Switzerland, not a steal. For you can imagine if Team USA were to steal in this end, now it would be 5-5, 1 hammer each, true tie. Whereas if even if Switzerland were to get forced to 1, you're 2 up, 1 hammer each. You have it's a substantial lead.
That's better.
Oh yeah, way better. Absolutely.
Benoît. Attention. Scène. Oui.
Tanner with 2 beauties.
Très bien, Val. Super. Bien joué.
Tick shot with
3-4,
both
Matt.
turns.
Yeah.
4 is fine here.
You heard John say a force is fine here, so that again would be better. Would that better than the blank in your mind for Team Schuster? Is the force?
Well, yes, because then you try to blank 9 and 5 rock rule,
Go ahead,
carry the 2 down home and try to get your 3, which we've seen quite a bit actually.
A couple of 3-enders coming home for sure.
It's always Chris,
Give me as
though.
much distance as possible.
And we saw
Better than 3
Nicodine,
even. Let's go.
Team Sweden do that against Team Canada in the round robin.
Fighter would be
Also,
great here. Line's perfect. for it.
Nicodine gave up a 3 to Team Norway coming home, so
That way, Maddie. Beauty.
it's happened to happen several times in the round robin.
Pour une fois, ok. Ça m'aurait pas dérangé de venir derrière.
Battle at second. Again, numbers not as high as they would have liked, but really nothing
Je crois c'est clair.
earth-shattering with the misses that we've seen.
Oui. Oui. Okay, easy.
Ok, ok.
Everybody.
Ja, Pete, super.
Bien joué, Pete. I like, even with that red is great up there. So like a 1-2, guys.
Okay.
And if you miss this exactly, make sure you miss it on the center line side.
Right, so if they wanted to hit the stone, they would leave a guard that you can use.
over.
And it's a little bit better than you can keep moving towards the middle. A little more, a little more, a little more.
Line's pretty good.
Probably gonna be
Easy.
No, line's
Easy
good.
for weight.
Okay.
Even with the red up here, guys. Maybe Steiner at the end here, but just keep it moving. Keep it moving. Steiner.
Well, that's okay to show the outside edge. No problem. Excellent
Matt.
guard.
Even with the red. Attention.
Regarde là.
C'est bien.
Non. Oui. Oh.
Thinking of coming off the red on the other side, maybe get another one in the house. Not quite, but that was the idea. It's always good to think of if you're going to make the shot, now what?
Save.
Get the bonus.
At what point do you come around, Kevin, if you're or go open and get the force here for Team Schuster?
Well, you need to definitely throw another guard. Maybe on thirds last. Skips first, definitely. Otherwise, Benoit will try something because the middle's wide open, so there's no risk of a steal.
A little less.
Go ahead then. Line's a little tighter than Matt's was too, so.
I can't see
Line's
Benoit
gonna
doing
be
it
good,
on
though.
Sven's
help?
last one, though.
No, we got
Okay,
it.
all right.
I'll probably see one more peel.
I'm helping it. Keep going. Keep going.
Keep going, Matt.
Good.
Good.
Yeah, I thought I had more than that there. Okay, c'est bien.
Just a guessing game then for, you saw Peter de Cruz hesitate a little bit. So as a skip, I always thought, okay, well, they're thinking about going around on their next one. That might prompt John Schuster into changing gears here. We'll see what he elects to do.
I'm gonna throw it.
Okay.
So we have to throw something they can't dig anything under. I still think I like it here.
Okay.
Definitely needs to
Like
be
a
a better
2-3,
guard,
guys.
though. Needs to be fairly close to the house.
Three.
It's there.
Easy. Line's good. I wanted a foot or two above this logo here, guys. I think it's Steiner's rock.
It's right in between those logos.
Steiner's yours, buddy.
Definitely Steiner.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Keep going.
Hard, buddy.
Go ahead. Every inch.
Hard, Steiner.
Keep going. Every inch sideways helps.
A little more urgency to
Good job.
make the guard here. Now we're getting later in the end.
Non, moi je pense pas, non.
Moi j'aime bien 5 derrière. hein.
Grave. Moi aussi.
Ça,
Ça,
c'est
c'est
de toute façon ouvert, non?
pas de moitié ouvert là, mais
Très bien.
bon.
Ouais, mais si t'es 5 qui le fait, c'est assez haut encore.
Exact. Exact.
Parfait.
Être caché
I
derrière
don't see a
celle-là,
lot of
ça,
reason for Switzerland to peel the guard now.
Je pense que c'est une bonne chose pour deux. Hein.
You can
Ouais, je
imagine
pense
if
aussi.
they walk up and peel it, U.S. throws it to the other side. Now what?
You're forced.
You're forced. So, forefoot's open anyway, and you know Benwell's got his draw away. He just made a corner freeze on the button last end. So go around, try to get 2 points. It's a
Et
great
devant
call.
qui? Place.
Not everybody would make this call,
Place.
but it's certainly a good call.
Ligne bien, ligne
Ligne
bien.
bien.
Ouais, Benoît, ouais.
Ligne parfaite.
I think the key at this level, you just have to assume your opponents are going to make the shots, and you think 2 or 3 shots ahead.
Ligne bien.
And to your point, Kevin,
Allez, allez, vous avance. Allez, allez. Allez. Tous les, tous les.
got to go here.
Continue. Continue encore.
It's shot rock, but it's not good. That's basically a guard.
So John Schuster is going to go around that red.
We may have to go deep to bury it, but
Oh, maybe.
we could play red this too, I guess.
Could play this and just nut it there and roll this off.
Then they're going to come
What
around.
do you guys think?
It's not a bad
I
call.
mean, they're
though.
going right back around again is the issue.
Yeah.
So I think we got to throw this draw.
I do too.
There is some extra space. Like that red's over buried by an inch, so
I like a sliver more broom if possible. That's where we were going for the guards.
I know, and that's exactly where it's going to go to get in there too. So give me 1 inch more. There, I'll give you an inch.
Thanks, buddy.
400 still.
Just wiggle the broom if you're Chris Plies.
Take 400 close.
Sweeping they can manage this. If it's a touch wide, they'll get John Landstein on it. If it's an inch narrow, Matt will go on it early.
7-8. Okay.
That looked a little heavy to my eye out of the hand.
And Sweeper's calling 7-8.
Line's good. Coming down. Close line.
It's all there
Close,
still.
Matt.
Still there.
Matt, stay close.
Gonna have to go late here.
Yep. Yep.
Looks good though.
Wow.
Yeah, just let this curl.
Fine, John.
Very good.
That's completely buried.
Perfect. Room for 2.
Yeah.
You heard him say room for 2. So what they mean by that, if Benoit freezes to the yellow, there'll be room for another
Freeze.
freeze from John Schuster. So
Watch this bury though.
Fine, John.
Like that's over buried
Il a
underneath.
le double, parce que peut-être si c'est trop dur, il va tenter, il va juste enlever les deux rouges comme ça.
Ouais, mais c'est un
Juste
peu
pour ça,
tricky,
juste pour toi. Hein.
Ouais. Ça peut être moitié caché 6 là, c'est vraiment optimal. Hein.
trying to keep it half open.
14-4. Très
Top of the forefoot is the call.
Si on est là, ça passe au-dessus, ça va ici, je pense.
5, c'est parfait.
Moi j'aime bien le bord du 8. Hein.
Ouais, ouais.
On veut exactement 6.
6.
Ligne, c'est proche.
Looking for about 1 foot short of the tee line.
Ligne 8. 604. Ligne 8.
Sweeper's calling light.
Ouais, à voir, Pete.
Ouais, ouais.
Aide-moi.
Ouais, Val.
They're calling a guard here, Kev. This is a big error.
Continue.
Trying to get this out of the way. Val's just sweeping this for line to get it out of the way. So, first real miss from Benoit.
I mean, we could throw it right here too, make his life pretty tough.
Yeah.
Where do you go
Throw it
with
here and make his
this?
life pretty tough.
I mean, he's just throwing the same draw.
I know, but
That doesn't
you
take
see
away
where he
that
just threw
draw.
that one? I mean, I can also throw it here, and then it's just, he's throwing it against the steeler too, right?
So that
Just to the
was a
bucket.
good point.
My only thought with
Do you
that
see where he
is if
just
you go
threw that
here,
one?
Does he ever? Would he ever have this for 2
No, because
Like,
he's
you go
running our rock, dude.
off the side?
Running our rock.
Yeah, I just wasn't sure if it's.
Yeah, where's his second point going to come from?
If this spins off.
That never. He can only see half of that thing.
Okay. Okay.
So it's either here or here. But here, there's the double for 2 potentially too.
Yeah.
I think
I think we just go.
There could be over
make
here.
it.
Non, on va lire.
C'est une autre ligne, mais.
C'est une autre ligne, ouais, c'est ouf.
De nouveau, elle a fait genre 2 tours, je pense, un truc comme ça, tu vois.
Et ça, je suis pas sûr, Pete. 2 tours, c'est vraiment. Ça bouge pas 2 tours. C'est vraiment.
So the key here for Team USA is just to make sure you get
They
the
just
stone
threw, I would have
buried.
wrecked on that, I think, right?
I think we would have been close to buy.
But
Do
we
not
also
leave a double
only have
for
to be a
Benoit.
full rock.
He will try
We
it.
can be a full rock closer to the center than that one is back there. So
Yeah. We only need to bury.
So need to
behind that red.
bury
even another
more than half.
another inch. I can take a little more, yeah, please.
And ideally,
It was 95.
just short of the tee
I throw
line.
you guys a 400, like you guys can sweep this thing right to
Should
the
be perfect. Yeah.
half and the 4 foot dead buried.
We'll listen to Matt Hamilton and John Landsteiner. They've been all over it. They know where it's going.
Weight's great.
Mine might have been a tiny bit tight, but I think it's okay. No, that's good.
5-6. Okay.
Yeah, a little bit less out of John's hand. Be careful with the line here.
Steiner. No. Line's
Keep
good.
going, Matt. Matt, head down and go. Steiner, you're going to have to carve too.
Go, Steiner.
Hard, Steiner.
Trying to get at least half under.
Gotta go.
Go, more. Go.
Okay.
Didn't quite get the finish they needed. There might be a shot there for
Good scrub, boys.
Switzerland.
We should have switched it hog, but I still think.
We just had to go on it.
Nervous
We just
times
waited,
there
waited,
as
waited.
I know. Well, it just might have been that extra room, but there's still.
John Landsteiner trying to get some air.
Yeah, so give me.
Je pense que je peux venir vite pour faire le
It's
double. mais bon.
definitely half under.
Ça, c'est
Probably good enough.
ouvert, la jaune, là.
Ouais, aussi, hein.
Mais la jaune, on voit quoi? Attention. J'ai l'impression
Moitié.
qu'on voit beaucoup quand même. hein.
Ça, tu vois une moitié.
Je sais pas si c'est ça ou le trop.
The yellow red on the right hand side looks it's lined up perfectly, Kevin. Does that look
C'est
easy to you?
le pied qui attend.
Any danger?
For lined up
Switzerland for one.
for one,
Ça reste presque 2 tiers.
unless it spins across the top, then it would be a steal of 2. So I wouldn't play that. I don't think.
Moi, je pense que tu vas. Ouais, un point moins que ça.
That's
Ok.
close to being able to make the double.
crois
You'd
que
almost have
je
to
crois que c'est
paper
peut-être
that
le
red.
pied.
Steal of 2 would be in the mix.
Right, and that's the only thing that can't occur for Switzerland is a steal of 2. That you can't do.
Tout petit peu plus, mais à peine.
9,5, 10, je pense. 10.
Ouais.
10, c'est sûr que c'est là, à mon avis.
Ok. Je
pense,
pense qu'il faut
hein.
prendre le plus.
I would have to think the hack weight or light board weight just hit and roll center line.
On fait quoi?
Try to get your 1.
Avec 10.
C'est pas trop de risque.
Ah, le dolly est pas facile. hein.
There's a room to make
Je
the.
vois un peu plus. Je vois un petit 3 quarts, 3 quarts.
They said you can say
Je vois 3
3/4.
quarts, franchement.
So let's see, you could make the accidental double here for 2. Boy, that's
Quand même assez
tight.
bien. Ouais.
Cannot afford to wick the red one, though.
Ouais.
That would be a disaster. Can give the game away here by being too aggressive.
Tough shot here for Team Switzerland on their last in 8.
Attention, c'est proche. Attention. Très-
Trying to make a curl.
Trying to make it curl enough to not roll out.
And that will roll too far. So
Easy.
wonderful end there from Team USA. And to
C'est assez vite.
paraphrase Kevin Martin, the true tie here
Très vite, peut-être.
through 8 ends as you watch Tanner try to make this curl enough. He just overthrew that. Just a little safety. A little extra weight, didn't want to give up steal of 2, and USA ties things up here through 8. 1 hammer each with 2 ends to play.
Fully bury it.
I know. I know. That's I was telling Chris. I said I think we threw it to the only spot on the sheet where we have a steal of 2s in play.
Still got our
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
It's still a really tough shot for a deuce.
Those are 20s. One.
Line's good.
It's over.
Line's
9th
good.
end underway.
Sure
Team
thing over.
USA with a little jump in their step here, Kevin, after that big steal.
Attaboy, Steiner, nice start, buddy.
Hard fought steal. Look at the line score. Forced to 1 and 7 with a great shot from Benoit Schwartz, and then got the steal with that uncharacteristic 2 misses from Benoit in 8.
Yeah, getting late in the game. Necktie gets a little tight.
Bien vitesse, 7.
C'est bien.
OK.
6.
Quatre, 5. 6.
En tout cas,
Bien
6.
vitesse. 6, 7.
Schön. Bien mêlé.
Très bien, Val.
Super, Val.
3.
Tight guard is the call here for John Landsteiner.
Yeah, it's everything to stop the blank.
Line's a little
Now for
tight.
Team
More.
USA.
Don't mind going.
Giving
Go
up
ahead,
2
Matt.
is better than
You really got to go for line, Matt.
allowing a
No,
blank
that's
here.
okay. It's getting better. Still Matt, though.
Going to get by the top here. Need to try to get some separation.
Sweet. You judge it.
Excellent shooting.
Demande là.
Perfect.
Très bien.
Super start.
Ouais.
Good start, says Matt Hamilton. Indeed.
Poil moi.
Ligne miable.
So just want to be a little more careful with this one, the placement,
Ok, bien vitesse. Mort le 4 pieds.
Ligne super.
than the first one. The first one it didn't curl enough and went a little deep.
You don't want this anywhere near T-line or set up a possibility of a pocket being built. Top 8 max here, maybe bite top 4. Nothing deeper than that.
5 balles, c'est.
So that's a little bit deep. That out-turn tap is
I'd
there.
obviously love to move this a tiny bit.
That's for sure. And that's
Breeze is okay
makeable.
too, though, Matt.
Okay.
Bump that a
So
foot.
aim for T-line.
Once the line is good, you just sweep that to move to the T line. Is that the
Try-
idea?
Set up a pocket.
Okay.
That'll
I
make
had
life
Steiner there
real
for his
tough
guard,
on
so just
Switzerland.
letting
If this is made to bump just behind the tee, a steal is in play, definitely.
7. 6, 7.
Go ahead, Ben.
Remember. Close.
Hard line. Hard.
Needs to get by, though.
Different flight plan than the last
Very
one.
crash.
Hard. Need variance, Chris. Never inch. Go
Cannot
hard.
rack on this second guard.
Hard. Go, go.
Yep. Steiner.
Whoa.
Steiner. Spin it.
Just wait. Yep. Go now. Go now. Hard. Okay. Good scrub.
Bit of an unforced error there.
Arrive à
A bit of an error, but
Oui.
watch where this rolls to. Remember, we're talking
Pas
about
serré.
building pockets.
Ouais.
That's what's important when you're trying to force or steal. Watch where this yellow ends up.
Très bien.
Très bien. Just wait. Yep. Go
Watch.
Go now. Hard.
Like, that's a beautiful pocket.
Weight was perfect.
And not a bad situation. So that's why you're seeing Team Switzerland not playing the peel.
11,5.
Tiens.
To Cruz trying to roll to the middle.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Tiens.
Tiens. Proche.
Then. Then.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Trying to get the inside roll here.
Super.
Still, the angle, though, bump that red top button behind the tee line. Still sets up that pocket you need.
18.
You're going to need more weight.
What? No,
We
I know.
need more.
Yeah, same thing, but with back line, yes.
Yeah.
Just a hair more weight. Got to move a little more granite. Matt Hamilton's final rock here, and then number 9 on its way.
Whoa. Whoa.
10, 11. Steiner. Easy. Chris.
Easy.
Whoa.
Well, line looks really good. Just want to bump this
Hard, Steiner.
to the
go.
back 4.
Come on, Steiner.
And then,
And actually take the roll as far as it goes to. Go over there with it.
oh, that's plenty far.
Okay.
Want to set up a wall back there.
J'aime
That's
bien enlever une garde.
good setup so far. I know it's funny, right
J'ai pas
now,
l'impression qu'il y aura vraiment un blank,
Switzerland's sitting
mais
3, but
Non, là, je crois qu'on joue pour marquer, mais
they're not beaming with confidence right now.
You wouldn't be unhappy in this
on prend un
situation.
time-out.
No, it's a
What
good
you're saying.
situation.
Time out aussi, hein.
peut
So
sinon
far.
pas.
Time-out.
Well, obviously, it's not without major
Heureusement,
risk.
pour les titres, si on veut.
They don't love it. They're going to call in their
L'autre option, je pense,
coach,
c'est Niemi, par exemple.
Havard Vad Pedersen.
Je pense sur ça ou sur.
Double fil.
Ça, c'est
It's
pas
a
bien.
good chance to get a big end.
C'est un peu dur. Je suis pas sûr que ça sert à quelque chose.
It's not easy.
bouger avec
Disons,
ça.
je pense pas qu'on va avoir un blank avec ça. En fait, moi, c'est ça que je me dis. Mais
Yeah, or you hit.
Non, non, là, je
both
pense qu'on
sides.
met. Non, je pense qu'on essaie de mettre
si on enlève la garde, lui, il vient ici, on est d'accord.
Fries.
Yeah, the
Maybe
yellow
not.
one.
Tu vas rentrer où?
One less.
Ah, on peut.
Bon, il-
C'est ça. Si tu peux prendre ça avec,
Pas mal, hein.
c'est golden. Mais
Here comes Havard.
t'aimes pas ça souvent.
Do you think we go for a deuce now?
Go for a
or
kill.
more?
I think hitting the guard doesn't help us much. Do you think?
Or, I could hit the second one, actually.
Allez.
I see more than enough to make this double.
Guess it's half
If you
open.
hit the second one, it's pretty good because then
Yeah.
this freeze doesn't help him much.
Yeah.
Because you
The
can
freeze.
get to this one,
Well,
right?
He's gonna play, I guess, something
Even if you
like
can
this.
catch this one as well, it'll be golden.
Oh yeah, if you can get this double, it's perfect. But the 5 hurts us a lot more than the high one. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
I mean, he's gonna try and make some kind of pocket. He needs
Yeah.
to at some point, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, he already right now he has that freeze, but if this 5 guard is gone, you can still get to the 1 quite easy.
Yeah,
no?
but if you
Yeah.
freeze, you can use this also, no? After.
Yeah, that's why we. Do you see enough to make this double?
Yeah, I do see enough.
Bah, ce serait soit ça. Either this or kind of a free step.
There's really no right or wrong here. I like this though.
Yeah, I
There's
agree.
no right or wrong.
Kind of go with your gut. You heard
Moi, j'aime
Havard
bien ça.
say there's no right or
Side
wrong,
play,
but
Fais ça, go.
Just
Non.
the safer
Je te dis
call
l'angle. Je pense que c'est
is they're
une
going to try to make the
moitié,
yellow
moitié.
double,
Poil moins qu'une moitié.
c'est
je pense.
moitié, je pense, hein?
thinking that high
Laisse-moi
guard
poil moins.
Switzerland feels they can
Moitié.
chase around
Moitié.
anything USA would throw in
Ouais.
there.
Moitié peut-être.
Yeah, it's a good call. No problem.
Buried under this.
And they understand
What's
that
that?
the U.S.'s call is obviously to
Right.
bump
So I
into a
think we
pocket
maybe want to do that,
situation,
to
and
be honest.
that's kind of the cat and mouse we've got going right now.
Non, attention. Oh,
Non. Oh, oh, oh. Zen.
proche.
Zen.
Force, Zen. Allez, allez.
Allez, allez, c'est proche.
Allez,
Fantastic.
très bien.
C'était exactement ça. Bien joué.
It's not as easy as they're making a look out here, I
Non,
have to
c'était vraiment
say.
exactement un poil moins qu'une moitié. Zen.
Force, Zen. Allez, allez.
It's a very
Allez,
nice
proche.
call
Allez,
and make.
très bien.
But the problem for Switzerland hasn't changed.
95 for me.
They're probably going to have 3 rocks behind the tee line in a minute, and 1 yellow in front of the tee line, and lots of freezes available. So, still trouble for Team Switzerland. Understanding they're lying 3.
Yep, yep.
Hurdle, Lance, come
This
on.
is tight
Gotta
line
take
early
Stein,
though.
run.
Got to get by the guard.
Hard.
Come
Got
on,
to get by the
Need
guard.
everything out of you. Go.
Come on, Lance, we gotta tap it.
Keep going. Line perfect. Come on, Sander. Okay, Matt.
Try to
Matt.
tap
Go.
this.
Go, Matt. Go.
That is
Behind the
some
tee.
Phenomenal
Good.
sweeping
Shot,
there
Chris.
from
Great spot, buddy.
Landsteiner and Hamilton. And that stone's not in a very usable spot there, is it, Kevin?
No, that was a bit of a miss. Now you did not open up a bunch of freezes.
Any chance of changing gears? What do you like?
Super, ça.
Gee, you hate to give up a blank.
Walk something in here. You know,
You
if you
ever
get
try and nose it and do that, John?
what's that? He was
Do
talking
it.
about nosing this.
If we ever nose that, ours,
Could bump
With
the
like
yellow back to a freeze
back 4,
with the
chisels
back
this,
8
and we
one
it sits
and
under
roll
in
right
front
in
of
front.
these two.
So
Okay,
you
so
set
like
up a
no- like
nose
staying
double
just a shade
on
high
the
and
2
just
reds.
chiseling this up and having this kind of sit here. Yeah, I think I
think.
like that. I like that. Okay. Okay.
It's like
Plus, he
saying,
just threw it.
I think, Chris, you may want like a few feet more,
Okay.
but I don't want to like adjust the broom a ton either. So, because I think you just had like back 8 foot, and I think I want back line.
Okay.
You like this?
Just an inch high a nose.
I don't really like much of anything. I think we make this at least.
Good point there from Chris Plies. Ninth end, high tension here in a elimination game. Every miss is magnified.
8, 9,
Whoa, clean, clean.
9.
Easy. Whoa, Matt, this is
Seems to
definitely
curl
you.
a lot.
Through.
Yeah, Matt, this is definitely you.
Hard match.
Hard, Matty. Need every inch out of you. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going.
Not bad,
Well,
Chris.
he did well to move
Love it.
that over.
Not
Oh,
bad
look
at
at the
all, bud.
beautiful
fit,
pocket made. It's a good shot.
Ah, boy.
Hit an all or?
That's what it's all about for people watching when you're trying to force or steal in 9 or 11. Make that pocket. Build a beautiful pocket to lob one into.
9 9 sur 4 cinquièmes.
En tout cas, 9, je pense, Pete. Faut s'assurer de faire le double.
9 sur 3 quarts.
3 quarts, 4 cinquièmes, ouais.
Okay.
4
They're
cinquièmes,
actually
ça
trying
sort,
to
ouais.
hit 3/4 of this. They're going to try to lose one of those 2 rocks in the pocket and save their shooter.
8,5. Oh. Non, non, non. Oh. 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 Oui. 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 Oui.
It's really moving though. And it does jam right on the button.
Who's happier right now?
Nobody. Everybody's nervous.
Everybody's happy. Nobody's happy. I'm happy. This is exciting.
This is terrific. I guess, yeah, you're right, Mike.
Spectators are
I am, yeah, that's right. Yeah. As far as the teams go, it's a tough situation for both.
I mean, if it's there.
And then I guess we play this role and try to make him score 2, right? Like a 2 or a, so, okay. I'm
What do
okay
you
with
like,
this, yeah.
Mike?
So you're trying
I
to go,
like freezing to that rock. Like I would play an out-turn draw.
My first thought was the draw there, yeah.
Freeze to the inside of that red. And then
If you're gonna chip the red on the left, you're gonna hit it. You got to roll. I think you got to roll in front of the red on the right at the back of the 8 foot. But that's hard.
Yeah, the yellow rock on the button's in the way.
Right.
I like normal better.
Even normal, I don't
Okay,
think
I like normal, Chris, right on the edge.
Well, you know what's coming.
they would
Try to kick
Red
that
run
thing
back
dead in
on
the
that
line
one
with
at the
the
top of the
red
8
there,
foot.
right?
Yeah.
And if you don't roll far enough, there will be a run triple
I don't think so because if
available
there's not
for
room to
Benoit.
Benoit. And
And then a blank comes into play.
I just like softer weight.
All right, Chris, I'm not going to overthrow this thing.
You like control?
I'd like 10.
10.
Okay.
So why don't you give me 2 more inches? Yeah.
I think you try to roll as far to the left as you can if you're going to hit this.
I like the weight.
4 rocks to come here in 9, and we still don't know what's going to happen.
Steiner. Go, Steiner.
That's the truth.
Hard, Steiner, go. Get it going.
Trying to roll us inside a little bit at least. Little bit.
It's good.
It isn't.
That does set up
Yellow triple.
yellow triple. But that's where I like to freeze better than opening things up for such a terrific hitter.
So hit yellow just off nose, catch the right half of the stone that's touching the button, right in the middle of the button. All 3 yellows could fly.
Ouais, c'est bien, pas moins.
Yeah, for Team USA, the hope is that Benoit hits it a little bit thin.
Just stuffs it on
Stuffs
the
it on the button, and
Right.
then you have a chance at least.
High hard one coming.
Ouais, tiens, wow. Oui. Fort. Ouais, fort, fort. Allez. Allez.
Wow.
Nice shot.
Been doing that all week. Well,
Fort. Allez.
John Schuster, we'll watch this again. Just never get tired of watching Benoit throw those big ones. So nice. What a shot. John Schuster. Gonna hit and roll off the back one, try to roll buried.
Yeah, I like this call now because you can't give up more than 2.
Close, Matt. Go ahead, Matty.
Trying to get a little roll here.
Hard ever walk it, go!
Hard,
Little
Matty.
more.
Okay.
Comme tu préfères.
What an end.
J'aime bien le draw, mais.
Hard ever walk it, go!
Trying to roll this shot buried. Not going to get over there. And Benoit makes up for his 2 misses in end number 8 with a fantastic triple. This will give them a 2-point lead if he can manage to hit the 8 foot here on his final stone in end number 9.
C'est pas vite.
C'est bien.
Assez, mais. Regarde,
Bon, c'est une ligne qui va assez vite là. Ça n'a pas curlé encore.
Tanner and
Easy.
Sven
Easy.
right on this.
Ça a l'air nature. Hein.
13-8. It's not light.
C'est bien.
That'll get. Should grind in here though.
Super.
Yeah, looks no problem. Right on the side of the button.
Ouais, ouais. Il tire vachement vite. Ouais.
Heck of an end by both teams.
Bon, c'est un moment qu'on n'a pas joué aussi large.
Benoit Schwartz
Superbe.
was the difference. Gives his team a 2-point lead. Heading into the 10th, USA will have hammer.
I think so.
I think we have the most threes of anyone in the field, so
Yeah. Let's get it.
let's get one more.
Pretty good time.
Hey, let's get a 3.
Yeah.
I just told them that we have the most of anyone in the field this week, so let's go get one more.
Yeah, no doubt.
Even if we don't, let's have the mentality we do.
Zix.
14, 14-3.
14-3, je pense que c'est bien.
Avec le balayage, c'est parfait.
Tenth end underway of the BKT Tires and OK Tire World Men's Curling Championship 2021. This elimination game of two of the best teams in the world has lived up to the billing. High tension, high drama. Team Schuster, Team USA, the defending Olympic champions, taking on the bronze medalists. As we take a look at the clock, both teams close to 3 minutes left. Little tight, but should not be an issue here. Not many decisions to make. Team USA needs rocks in play, and Switzerland will try to eliminate them as soon as they can.
2-3 guys.
You can understand why it's
Leg it on
tight,
the
though.
logo here.
Oh,
This whole
yes.
game has been just tons of rocks in play and lots of decisions to be made.
Okay, then that's fine.
So you can see why they're both a little tight for time.
As far as it goes. As far as it goes.
Good start by both teams. Top forefoot and the corner guard. Well, we won't have much break between shots here, especially early in this
Parfait.
10th end.
4, si c'est 5, on est trop
Trying
large
to save a
pour
little
l'instant.
bit of time for the back ends in case things get a little interesting.
Switzerland has used their timeout. They have a little more time left than USA, and
On est presque pris.
Team USA has one more available. See John actually directing Landsteiner. Here's what we're playing in the hack. Rocks on its way within a second or two of that redstone
Should be there.
stopping.
It's close.
You do have to wait till the opponents get out of the way
All you
before
guys,
you kick out of the
here's
hack.
Go ahead then.
That burned up 2 seconds on the clock, just to give you an idea of the thinking time required.
What happened to that one?
I'm just trying to make this at least halfway.
That one took off a little higher
I thought that was way more.
than USA would have liked.
Time's a little higher, just didn't look like you had the ad.
T'aimes bien ça?
Très bien.
I'd say the pressure's slightly more on Switzerland from a time perspective without that timeout. They'll be definitely moving
Ligne très bien, on va
quickly.
assez froid si possible.
C'est 3 seuls.
3, c'est parfait. À la hauteur du logo.
Throwing a tight guard.
À la hauteur du logo, ligne très bien, va devant.
Ça cale assez.
3.
Ça cale bien assez, c'est
Ligne
parfait.
parfaite.
ligne.
If the guard is made here, Kevin, do you make a play up the middle and try to save your shooter?
Rien, fait rien.
Maybe a lightweight play. Some, it'd be nice to hit something and have it roll behind the corners to freeze to. So
So back
yeah,
line
back
weight.
line, sure, great. Yeah, just not too hard.
Matt Hamilton.
Every stone in play is your friend now. Trying to get 3 points.
Whoa.
Whoa! Whoa! Yep! Yep!
Whoa! Oh no. Oh no. 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 No.
Don't want to roll through the rings.
Hide. thicker, boys. All right.
Uh-oh.
That is an error.
Dead.
He knows it.
Non, main.
Ok, ça marche.
Bright side, Ben was not hitting anything, so
Which is a bit of a surprise.
yeah, if you're a Team USA fan, that's a relief.
And you make the double peel up front. And
C'est 1 mètre de moins.
Bah, ouais,
I don't know how you get more than two.
Exactement
But
la
un peu
même.
maintenant.
certainly can now.
Ok, ligne bien.
Another guard being
Bien,
thrown.
même là.
Easy, easy, peu de place.
Ici, les gars.
Won't be easy.
C'est presque comme la rouge.
Red owns the top of the
La
house
vitesse.
Peut-être faut finir.
and the front of the house in the middle.
Ligne, c'est bien, ligne, c'est bien.
Ouais, 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 ouais.
Easy, easy.
I like a nose hit on that one they're just throwing there, Kevin. That'd be my call.
Yep.
I think
Nice.
it's carrying it through, but
I don't know. I mean, guards might help us.
yeah, okay. Nose is good. Get all three of them. We got 4 guards. You're right.
Yep. Perfect.
Out. I like that.
And then there's lots of guards and nothing in the house. And game on.
That was really well thrown. Needs to curl a bit. Needs to curl a bit.
Contact. Okay.
Staggered the
Ouais, hein.
corner.
Un peu plus haut que la jaune.
Ouais, un poil plus haut que la jaune. Ouais.
Oui.
Real challenge now for Team USA. Those two reds are really tough to deal with, and there's not much of a draw to get around them either with the guards out there.
Un peu maintenant. Oui. Oui, maintenant.
What do you like
Oui, maintenant.
now for Chris Plies? Kevin?
Oui, maintenant.
You probably almost need to run this guard back and make it.
C'est juste deux.
Continue.
C'est pas très vite, hein.
Ok, juste
Third's first one. It's getting pretty late.
Nettoie bien, nettoie bien.
Very high.
This guard is not much of a guard, so
Ok.
a bit of a reprieve.
Ah, ça va.
Actually, it curled way out of the way, so now
Yeah.
you've actually
Get
got
this probably.
That's
it
a
just
huge
has to get out of the 8 foot,
Huge.
Would be great.
board weight hit and roll behind the corner guard.
Do you like hack or a little less?
I mean, I want this to go, but I mean, a little less to be okay too.
Okay.
Just has to get close to nose, so hack.
Weight's good.
Close.
Close. Yeah.
Trying to hit about a half.
Close.
Looking pretty good. Trying to get a roll behind the corner guards.
Whoa, whoa, Matt. Hard,
Oh,
Matty.
deciding to stay up the middle
Hard.
now.
Whoa.
That is a heck of a shot from Chris Plies.
Very nice,
Attaboy,
Chris.
That changes everything in this end. Miss from Sven Mikkel and a wonderful shot from Plies and big end
Close.
potential.
Whoa. Matt.
Certainly there.
Hard, Matty. Hard. Whoa.
That yellow guard on the left. Sorry, on the right as we're looking at it here now, Kevin, that keyed up nicely to that yellow-red combination at the top. You could potentially have a shot for a big end.
Lots of options now.
Ouais.
C'est juste court.
Deux demi.
So trying to come around to the button.
I think they're throwing a guard, Kevin.
Are they? Yeah.
Do it
Well,
to
you know
me,
you're in trouble.
Yeah, two and a half, tight guard.
Deux demi, ligne bien.
Je pense que c'est mieux maintenant.
2,5, 3. 2,5, 2.
Même là, ça
Deux
colle
demi.
trop. Hein.
2,5.
Max. Oh.
They're trying to block that yellow
Très bien la vitesse. 2,5.
combination as well by coming in tight.
Pas trop proche.
Ligne bien. Ici, hein, les gars. Exactement là-bas.
On peut fermer
Play
le
moving
run,
quickly
là.
here in end number 10. So what do you like with this one now? Go around?
That over curled again. So now you can come right around.
Around all of it.
Come
Think I
around
like it,
everything.
just full top orbit, guys.
Could come around and just corner freeze on the yellow that's corner froze on the red. Line them up. Lots of good
Half
options
top
here.
board's good too.
So once we get down to skip stones, Switzerland has about 2 minutes and 15 seconds or so of thinking time.
Whoa.
Line's good.
Schuster with a little bit less, but they have a timeout.
Whoa. Looks like it's really close.
Heavy. Stay close, Matt.
That's fine. Stay with it.
Stay close.
Heavy's
Yeah,
okay as
just
long
stay
as
with
it
it.
buries. That's
Let it be,
definitely
let it be,
burying.
let it be.
Just warping over there now.
That'll play, buddy.
That will play. One small mistake will cost either team the game here with 4 rocks to come.
Oh, si tu veux, on peut mettre un peu moins. Je joue un tout petit peu actif. Ça me va, hein.
Bah, lui, il a réussi à arriver là parce qu'il était 8, nature.
14-1, il était, ouais.
Nous, on doit être 8, je pense.
Ah ouais, un tout petit peu moins.
Exact.
2 minutes and counting. Plenty of time. Again, the trick for me for Team Switzerland here is the amount of that of curl that Switzerland gets on their stones. That yellow guard, the wide guard, I think, is in their flight path. Have to manage this properly. Sweepers.
OK. Petite vitesse. Ligne bien.
C'est proche.
Easy. Easy,
Regardez bien.
easy, easy.
Regardez bien.
This is definitely out there.
Pas court.
7. Attention. Vitesse parfaite.
This is going to need to curl to get past the corner.
Vite, vite.
Enlève, enlève. Enlève.
Oh, it's by. It's by.
Je pense que c'est...
A little warm.
Très bien. Allez.
That just walked over nicely. That should stop the 3.
Mais sans planter. Extrême là, non?
Benoit Schwartz missed 2 shots in the 8th end, Kevin, but when they needed him most, made an absolute beauty here in 9.
Allez! Allez!
Ho hum. Little shoulder shrug. The freeze here in 10, almost more impressive, actually, under pressure.
Major pressure on that one, definitely.
Draw the button here, and you may see Switzerland just throw a guard. Schuster needs the button. Needs to be shot stone when this comes to rest.
Come on, for line. Come on.
Line's great.
Line's good. Clear. 6.
Go!
6 is
Line's
top
great.
4.
6, 7.
Okay. Pinhole.
It's close.
Line.
Trying to get right to the pin.
Gotta stay high.
Yep. Hard.
Look
Hard.
at
Gotta get all
this.
the way to it too.
Nudged it a little.
Ain't getting 3. 2's in play.
2's in play.
C'est la même vitesse. Et
not
tu
gonna be
fais
easy.
ça,
It's in
tu
play.
roules un petit peu là. Il a de toute façon rien, je pense. Ou presque rien. Ouais.
Exactement la même.
Ouais, exactement.
Ouais. Faut arriver à avoir le bon angle surtout, c'est ça la clé. je pense.
Well, Kevin, I think if the freeze is made here, if he maintains the angle, I don't see any shot for 2 here for USA. Do
Tant qu'on
you?
passe dans le trou avec 7, c'est bien, je pense.
If you can kind of keep it just to the right of center of that
Yeah.
yellow.
If the angles are absolutely perfect, the red could squish out of the middle. The red, as we're looking at it, back 4. So it still could be there even if this is made. Have to be a bullet though.
Have to run that yellow.
Yellow angle raise. Yep.
Final stone at the 10th end for Team Switzerland.
Attention, Ligne.
Going for line.
Tout long. Continue. Continue, continue, continue.
Allez, allez, allez.
Continue.
Allez.
Continue.
5, 6. 5, 6. 6, 5.
Encore.
Fort.
Continue, continue.
Got the tick
Très bien.
and stayed on line. That's a bad break for Team USA that feathered the guard.
That was pretty bad luck. That's all right.
If that had
Don't want it to
curled
spin
by,
anywhere
they
off
would
the
have had an
1 foot.
angle
I mean,
raise.
The only thing we can do is throw the opposite turn at this and tap it so it curls to here and gets it. That's the only thing we got, guys.
Tout long. Continue. Continue.
Allez, allez, allez.
Continue.
Allez.
Continue.
5, 6. 5, 6. 6, 5.
Fort.
Continue.
That little tick is a bad break here for Team USA. If that had gotten by, they would have either had the freeze or an angle raise for 2. Not sure if they have much here, Kevin.
Though I don't think this thing releases far enough. I guess. I mean, if I just throw an absolute missile in here.
I still think that if you
either way,
nose
if I
that
get
red,
there or off the backside, like
because
maybe
the
this
yellow
thing will
one
spin far enough.
is going to
It's
have
gonna so much
major
spin
spin
off this, though.
on
It could
it,
even come off that theoretically.
counterclockwise spin, and that red will go to the house.
Timeout for USA. Sean Baton out there. I was going to say, can you run that yellow in and clip the top 8-foot red and then come into the one on the top of the
If I hit
button?
this dead on line, well, that red doesn't go is the problem.
Yeah, the problem is that red won't go because it's spinning clockwise.
Right? I think the only way to make this is off the yellow or the red over here.
Off the red, if that yellow could actually touch a piece of the red, it might be for 3.
The one off the top of the 8-foot.
Yes, I just don't know. If
Into one on the top of the button and get all those rocks in the 4-foot spinning.
that yellow on the button will have a huge amount of counterclockwise spin and spit that red one out of the back four quite easily. So if you can hit yellow onto a piece of the red, this is for 3, for sure. I just don't know if it's possible to hit the red.
Where you at? Like,
If it hits the yellow, obviously it's not for 3.
Curling today, so. Between thick half and 2/3.
yep.
A little bit of a Hail Mary here for Team Schuster. It's been a heck of a game. Final stone here in end number 10 for the Olympic champion. Needs something special.
Forget it. Forget it, guys. Forget it.
All right, all right.
That will not get it done. And this hard-fought battle will be pulled out by Team Switzerland
Continue. Good luck.
as
Good luck, man.
Team Switzerland will move in to the
Good game. Good game, man. Thanks for
semifinals
What's that? Oh, no. That's what curling is, dude. You know that.
in about
You guys have
2
done it for
hours
us in
from
the
now.
past.
We need to win next.
Thank you.
7-6 win.
We do it. Thanks.
Medal hope still alive for Team Switzerland.
2 heures, on va gagner un match.
Good game.
Shoot.
Second half highlights. It was all Switzerland in end number 6. They had the house split early, no guards in play, and led to a pretty simple shot here for Switzerland to take 2. That would put them up 5-3 after 6 ends of play.
Good. No.
Team USA forced to take 1 in 7 and had a good end setup here in 8. And Benoit Schwartz, last rock thrower for Team Switzerland, tried a very difficult double. Could not afford to wreck on the top guard, however. Threw it a hair wide, and that would lead to a big steal for Team USA. Tie game with 2 ends to play. 9th end, a ton of rocks in play early, and as the dust settled here on Switzerland's first skip stone in 9, Benoit Schwartz made up for his miss in 8 with this fantastic triple. John Schuster forced hit the wide one, tried to roll buried, was unable to do so, and this would lead to a draw for 2 for Team Switzerland. In turn to the button would give Switzerland a 2-point lead heading home. And that was enough. USA was not able to generate their 2. And it will be Team Switzerland moving into the semifinals.
That's what curling is, dude. You know that. You guys have done it for us in the past.
But we need to win next.
Thank you.
Win next one, we do it. Thanks.
So there were the final standings in the round robin. It was the 2 lower seeds, Scotland and Switzerland, who took out United States and Canada in the elimination games to meet the top 2 seeds, Sweden and RCF, in the semifinals. Here are the brackets. Number 6 seed Switzerland, with their win, will take number 1 seed Team Sweden. In one semifinal will be RCF, the surprise of the event this week, taking on Scotland in the other semifinal.
Well, Peter, what a fantastic game. Congratulations on the big win. And I guess I just got to ask you, you know, it's such a good game. Thoughts on this win and going into the semifinals?
Yeah, it was a very weird game at the beginning. A lot of testing, a lot of questions going on about the last few days. I mean, we knew it was going to be a bit weird, and we basically just took some advantage of a couple of John Schuster's misses. Yeah.
Well, I'd like to hear a little bit about the pregame. Oh boy, the pregame stuff. You know, how does a team like yours stay focused? Because you came out really strong in the first 2 ends with all the distractions around you.
Yeah. So we basically woke up this morning around 8:30, and someone told us, well, you're going to play in a couple of hours. So so it's like, oh, okay. We had told us nothing before that almost, and it was a bit of a surprise. So. Not easy to get back into it. I think maybe towards the second half of the game we were maybe a bit more alert. I think that we could probably see that in the shooting as well. So yeah, happy we're here. We still have a chance to go all the way, and yeah, it's a crazy ride.
Well, congratulations on the strong performance today, and good luck, of course, in the semifinals coming up in just a couple hours.
Yep. Thank you very much, Kevin.
Thank you, Peter.
Indeed, a crazy few hours here. The last 36 hours have been something to witness. But here at the BKT Tires and OK Tire World Men's Curling Championship 2021, it was a battle. In this elimination game, it was Team Switzerland moving on. Team USA, their hopes of this year's World Championship going by the wayside. We'll be back with you in about 2 hours' time for the semifinals. Bye for now.
On va gagner un match. 2 heures, on va gagner un match.